What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. There's a couple of things that we do have to dive into and talk about. This is like breaking news that have broken the internet. Okay, everybody is talking about Christian Key's his entire bombshell that he have dropped on the internet. All right, he have broken the internet with about a 20-minute video he released on Instagram. I received the Instagram live. I'm not going to play the Instagram live. There's no need to play it, but I want to summarize what he said. He said he want to thank Cassie for having the courage to come out, but he was holding on to this assault, abuse, SA, harassment for decades. And so the first thing that I do once somebody went live on Instagram, I go to the comments. And Claudia Jordan, she does a lot on Fox. So she said that he told her 15 years ago that he is going to share his experience of being violated by a man. Now, he alluded to that a billionaire, when he was at this billionaire house, he got drunk on Hennessy, and the billionaire wanted $100,000 to see him without any clothes. Then the billionaire, the man got into bed, tried to get into bed with him and mess around with him. And he just went on and on exposing this. And everybody ran, even my Facebook friend kept tagging me in about 10 posts. And I started defending Tyler Perry, saying he didn't say any name at all. So again, once I went back to the video, okay, I've noticed that it was deleted. Of course, the internet have it all over. So I re-listened to it. And he kept saying a billionaire. And then someone asked him, did you see the Tyler Perry documentary? He said no. So people are rushing to the conclusion that he's talking about Tyler Perry. Now, there is so many billionaires in Hollywood. Now, we got to expose the enterprise. Let's talk about it. Some names that we're going to drop: Tyler Perry, Robert F. Smith, Byron Allen, T.D. Jakes. These are all powerful entities in the media industry. Okay, I'm going to say some names again: Robert F. Smith, Byron Allen, T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry. I want to name those names so you should know who those names. Google their net worth. They're very powerful people in the industry. So, but let's go back to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was sued. A man was sued by Tyler Perry, seek dismissal. The mogul said former employees stalked and harassed him. They were saying, and this employee were able to go to Tyler Perry offices, and Tyler Perry said, I don't know how this man got past security. There was rumors that he was in a relationship, a man-on-man relationship with this employee. Tyler Perry said no, he harassed and etc. Now, I've had some people that was in my DM and saying that Tyler Perry, a writer that wrote for Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry don't write all his stuff, he lies and say he does. He put his name on people material. And this one particular writer said that he was offered $5 million from Tyler Perry if he sleep with an 8 or 9-year-old boy. The man turned down the $5 million, said, oh my gosh, I can't sleep with an 8, 9-year-old. So it's will use as a form of blackmail. Like, I'm going to give you all these $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, but unless you sleep with a 8 or 9-year-old child. But this is not uncommon in Hollywood because it's a lot of sick, twisted people in Hollywood. Like I said in my short, and you all may have missed it, and I want to play it for those that have not heard it because y'all think I didn't talk about this. I did. You probably was asleep. But let me play this short that I released and doing very well on TikTok. Let's play it so you all can hear it. He's a Tyler Perry actor is going out here alluding that a billionaire SA'd him, and everybody is alluding that it was Tyler Perry. I'm withholding my judgment, but he kept saying billionaire. He kept saying you will know that voice. If it is Tyler Perry, then he needs to be canceled like every other entertainer that is using their power and abusing people. Men can be abused as well, like women. So if Tyler Perry did this, and if he is the part on these recordings, because Christian said he had the recordings, I can't wait till he put an address on and release the recordings, then yes, Tyler Perry should be removed, and I should be installed as interim CEO of Tyler Perry Studios, because we cannot have a man leading in Hollywood and abusing their talent. So if this is true that Christian Keys got touched and fondled by Tyler Perry, then he did be canceled just like R. Kelly, just like Harvey Weinstein, just like Diddy. That's what I believe, period. All right. So I said that this morning. Now, and I'm serious about being interim CEO. But in in the Christian Keys, he said he had an ink pen. For those that do not know how ink pen look, for examples of an ink pen, I'm just going to show you an example if I can find an ink pen. He said in the ink pen, he said that he had a secret recording device in the ink pen because they were going and looking for the phone. So he had it in an ink pen. And he had this recording because he was constantly getting harassed by this billionaire. And he said the reason why he didn't want to say anything because he did not want to be violated or lose roles. Now, he also said he waited purposely for the statute of limitation to pass. He don't want any money. Now, I'm a little skeptical because he kept saying he got a car, and he said, just look at who purchased the car. So why would you receive the car if this person did this? And this is the dangerous part of Christian Keys, is that you're not naming a name. That's dangerous. And people are saying you can't tell a victim how to respond. Yes, you can. Because if you're going to come out, me as the public, and I'm part of the internet, I have a right to say, wait a minute. Wait, sir. You're alluding to some allegations and people are rushing to judgment that you're talking about Tyler Perry. You need to put an address or just shut up. You cannot come out here, well, this happened to me and I don't roll that way. Then a female actress, he even said a female actress touched his private part. And people named an actress. He said, no, it's not that actress, but you're making us run to judgment. So put an address on it. So the point that I get, either A, you're clout chasing, or you're using this to blackmail this famous entity because you got this information. Now, you probably ain't going to post the part of you riding this billionaire, him funding with you, you're taking the money. So to me, I want to believe Christian Keys, yes. I believe this should be investigated, but he ain't putting no name on it. I just don't understand. Either you put an address on it or you just shut up. And like I tell these people on YouTube, when I come out against the Larry Reeds of the world, I'm going to tell you, Larry Reed, when you have serious allegation of SA, assault, you shouldn't use any nicknames or allude to whether they're a billionaire. There's plenty billionaires. Are you talking about Oprah? Well, she not a man, but who are you talking about? So stop alluding, okay? I personally say put the name on it. Now, Christian Keys is a very great actor, and we know him from Tyler Perry. That's how he got his name. So it's up to Christian Keys to come out and put a name on it and drop those receipts. We reached out to Christian Keys. I said, send me the recordings. If you're not trying to get money, what are you trying to do? Okay, because if you really wanted justice, you would have dropped those recordings. Now, when you drop those recordings, you will be blackballed. That's the truth. I won't even blackball and white ball. Both balls, you would be blocked and banned in this industry, because what you are exposing is a billionaire. Then that billionaire got T on other studios exec, and you ain't going to be able to work nowhere, not even on Tubi. So for me, something is going on and people are name dropping, but we know Tyler Perry have down low tendencies. We know this because there was a YouTuber that came out, Mr. Hampton, his name, Walter Hampton. He was a muscular dude from Atlanta, Georgia. He came out and exposed Tyler Perry going to those bars, going to those drag shows. And you know what Tyler Perry goons did to that man? They whooped his tail. He shut up. He was coming against Tyler Perry so hard. He got jumped, sliced up, and they shut him down. Baby Walter, he was a muscular dude from Atlanta. He exposed it, just like T.S. Madison co-host. What was her name? She exposed Tyler Perry and said that he stole her entire identity from the drag shows. She would pull devices out of her purse, and he would use that for the Madea character. And he said after he would leave those, now this person said after he would leave those, he would leave with men. He had a group of same gender loving men. Those were his friends. He did it. So people were saying in the internet, they said, how can Tyler Perry do this when he himself was victimized and touched and fondled as a child? Statistics show that certain victims become, some victims do become what they were accustomed to. They start victimizing other people. They start becoming the whole pedo themselves. So not everybody, but it's not uncommon to see a person that was violated and start violating other people. Now, when it go to Miss Sophia, yes, that was her name. Miss Sophia talked about it. And then Tyler Perry shut her up and gave her a movie role in one of his movies. And she shut up talking about it. But let's be clear. Okay? Let's be clear. All right? This is what we're talking about. And then people say, well, Wiley shouldn't put words in their mouth. I'm a commentator. If you're not going to come out and put an address on it, you give the public to put words in your mouth. If you won't understand, this case will go out because you have to put an address on it. You got to give dates. You got to give locations. Now, one thing about Cassie, the reason why it was so effective because she named names. It was effective because she named names of the security. She named names of her friend when Diddy settled. And that's why he rushed and hurried up and closed it out, because she couldn't come out here saying, well, it was an artist. It was this. It was names being dropped. But according to Christian Keys, he said he waited purposely for the statute of limitation to run out. So again, what is your motive? What is your motive? Is somebody purposely trying to set up Tyler Perry and you're being used because you had a relationship with Tyler Perry, but you're using this damaging information of Tyler Perry coming on to you? You gave in, but you pretending like Tyler Perry just forced you into it. So it's sick on Christian Key's part because he deleted the video. Then in the video, somebody kept calling him. So your motive is money. You cannot tell me your motive is money. And let me tell you why your motive is money. Because you didn't drop those recordings. Either A, you ain't got none on that pen, but that person don't know it. You're trying to force them into a settlement and you deleted the video. So due to my limited resources, I can guarantee you, A, they went on and paid you off, or B, they didn't give you enough. The money ran out. You cannot tell me that you have all of this tea. You could put in a book, a documentary. You're an amazing writer. Like Christian Keys is an amazing writer. He co-wrote books with Carl Rebb, and they turned it into a series, All Queens Mace, an amazing writer. And Tyler Perry gave him his start. Tyler Perry gave him his start. If you go back to the Atlanta Black Star, back in November 21st, this is this year, right? 2023, the headline reads, quote, how Tyler Perry helped All Queens Man creator Christian Keys go from stage plays to television screens. Okay? They say he is a singer, writer, producer, and actor. He's from Detroit. And he appears in films, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, TV shows including The Boys, Supernatural. The highly talented stage actor who participated in a few other classic Perry play as Was Done in the Dark and Madea Goes to Jail. Let's be clear. In an exclusive interview with Atlanta Black Star, Keys talked about how his upbringing as a foster child in Flint, Michigan impacted his life and relationship with Perry. He said the only consistent thing that he had in the foster care system was a pencil and paper. Now he have a connection with Tyler Perry. This is what he said to the Atlanta Black Star. Okay. Then in this same article, it said he shared the writing stories, became his refuge after he endured abuse at the hands of his first foster mother. Writing for him was a place to escape this or that, or child abuse, or feelings of neglect or being worthy. Keyes later made a deal with the first foster mom that if she would relinquish his adoption rights, he would drop any charges he made against her, because something happened with the adoptive abuse happened with his adopted mother. So they said the DC Legends of Tomorrow actor later was adopted by a second family that showed him love and taught him how to be a man. He later went off to college and he studied social work. He ended up focusing more on music and writing. So I want to lay it out that he said in this article he have a connection to Tyler Perry. Now, Christian Keyes can throw all of these rumors to rest and say it ain't Tyler Perry. I haven't seen a post that said it ain't Tyler Perry. I haven't seen a post. And what's so sneaky about Tyler Perry, this is a professional, old school, down low man. He get a woman and you see her, she's an amazing actor. She don't make any interviews. She just hush. She got pregnant because they're going to keep that secret alive. And I want to make sure to show the world that I like women. So I'm going to pump a baby in you. But you ain't married to that woman. That's your long-term girlfriend. You could tell that he have these. Anybody with common sense, he's suppressing it. Yes, he's probably bi at best, but could he also be a predator? I don't care who you like. Are you a predator? Now, let's be clear. Men can be fondled. Okay. I remember I was working. I attended Chicago Military Academy, Bronxville, right? And I remember they had a listing to work at the Chicago Public Schools. Somehow we were able to build playgrounds, right? They paid the high schoolers. We made about $8 or $9. This was back in the day. I was freshman or sophomore in college. And I'm not in college, sorry, high school. So we got the job. We're doing everything. And the supervisor there, he said to me, he said, I heard. Now, mind you, I'm about 14, 15 years old. I'm a minor. He said, I heard that you have the biggest private part in Chicago. I said, excuse me? That's what I heard. And I just was like, what? Why would he say that? And so I told my mom and I told the school. And I remember they had me in the principal office and they was investigating. And then my mom wanted to get an attorney. And we was going to sue. And I never shared this. We was going to sue or whatever. And I never wanted to follow through with it because I'm like, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go. It's something that we have to go downtown and we have to get out all the inappropriate things that he said to like file. Like I said, I didn't want to go through that. I was in high school. I didn't want to do that. So that was a reminder, just thinking about this case that, yeah, boys can be touched. Boys can be violated. Men can be violated. How many men that have been violated is staggering, but they're hush-hush about it. They don't want to say anything about it. And me being in the LGBT community, when I was very heavy involved in the community, like going to parties and events, I would see grown men with teenagers, with minors, grown men. They was in their 20s, in their 30s with 14, 15-year-olds. That was their boyfriend. They were the boy. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? And it was so, and I didn't say like, oh, this uncomfortable, what? Because it was so normalized, especially in Chicago. Grown men were dating like 14, 15-year-olds, and they were living with these guys because typically the mothers or their families pushed them out, didn't want them to be LGBT or whatever. So they pushed them to the streets. So they will go to these older guys that have their own place, their own apartments at that time, and they will prey upon them. And they will date them. They will bring them to the parties. I've been there. I've actually interviewed, and thank God that them interviews are gone. Thank God, it's all deleted because it will be a whole surviving series with some of these people, and one of them just doing really good in the corporate America. It will be a whole survivor series. So I'm glad them interviews are gone. But in my memory, I could still go and see since what they were doing is violation, and they would be gay mom, gay fathers, and they would be preying on children. These were grown men. Now, when I was coming up, 18, 19 years old, I didn't look at it like that until when one of my friends, he was an associate, right? He was in the community. You know how you know people in the community, and he deleted his life. And that's why I immediately was like, okay, the preying upon. Now, we talk about predatory behavior. Now, let's reverse it. You can be a grown adult. Christian Key was an adult, and you could be fondled. They could just rush and just grab your private area, and they think that's okay. I've had so many conversations with people. They say in Hollywood, they say they would just touch on you, grab on your private parts as a man, and you just can't say anything. It was one man that said something, a grown man, and the man came out and said he was fondled, and they laughed at him. It was an actor, and he said, I was touched, I was fondled with in front of my wife, and they laughed at the man. Why do you think men don't come out? Because they don't want to be laughed at. That man came out, and you know his name, posted in the chat. He came out and said, I was at an executive, grabbed my private part in front of my wife. He said, and people laughed at him. Oh, you big. Why you let it happen? Oh, you big. You should have did something. Terry Crews came out and said in front of his wife, man came up and grabbed it. Because you have to understand, this is a power struggle. So Christian Keys are attractive, and they will try you. They will get you drunk. They will have these conversations. Say, well, let's do it. You're powerful. They know you broke. They know you ain't got nothing. If you want this lifestyle, do it. And Christian Keys said something so important. He said, how many actors actually slept with this billionaire? And most of them did. And I think Christian Keys was one of them. I think he slept with this billionaire and is eating him up alive because he had to give this man his manhood for a check. I'm going to say it again. I believe Christian Keys gave in on this man, had intimate, did something with the man, and he regretted because he was forced. Because when he kept talking, I see a man that is broken. I see a man that's living in regret. I see a man that when Cassie filed the lawsuit, he have these memories. And I feel like he regret doing it, and he's low on cash, and he's strong-arming this guy. It's like so many errors because he kept saying, I got it on a pen. I feel like he got some damaging information, but what you will not hear, him agreeing to do a lot of this stuff. So this is the part about it's so dangerous. But when you have something on recording, that means you plan to release it one day. So that's the part that people need to focus on. He said, I got it on an ink pen. That means you purchased this pen and you plotted it. But what about before you got the pen? Did you do something intimately? Was it forced or did you do it? Okay. But you want something financially. Anybody with common sense know he wants something financially. All right? Anybody with common sense, it's about the money. Now, we don't know if he got recordings, but Claudia, he do have a witness that said on her Instagram, Claudia said this quote. She said it in the chat, and she also said it. She also said it in her Instagram story. She said, quote, he, meaning Christian Keys, told me some of this 15 years ago, verbatim, and said one day he was going to come forward. I know it's scary. I commend him for his bravery. So he do have a witness that said he told me this story. He said he told family members. But that Claudia piece, I'm like, So my thing is this, tell it all. Okay. And Marquise, somebody else said somebody else co-signed it. So my thing is tell it all. See, one thing about Cassie, when you go out, you only got one time. When you go boom, 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 she told it all. She named names. She laid it out. She hired an attorney. She laid it out. So if you want to get that impact, you got to lay it out. Okay? You got to lay it out. Now, Carl Weber is also LGBT as well. I do not want to link LGBT to being a pedo. You can be a pedo and you could just be straight. All right. So being LGBT is not linked of being a pedo. Being straight is not linked to being a pedo. These are individuals, some individuals that do this. It's not because of their preference, their, you know what I'm saying, that make them into a pedo. That's their sickness that made them into that. All right. So I just want to make that crystal clear, because when you keep saying man, oh man, no, it's some women out here that's straight that prey on young boys. Mary J. Blige is one of them, allegedly, because she slept with Danny Boy when he was a child. And Danny Boy wrote it in his book and said he slept with Mary J. when he was a child. And it was so good, we even slept together when she was on her menstrual cycle. And we messed up the entire hotel room with all the redness that was coming out of her yoni. So it's a lot of sickness that is going on in the industry. Okay. Eve was evil. And Christian Keys, okay, the reason why this ain't hidden like it should, because he didn't put a name on it or record it. He got to put a name on it, at least a name. He didn't put a name on it. So we're just running with assumptions the entire internet. And I waited to the last day, the last point, to see, is he going to drop a name? He didn't. Then when you go on his page, it's deleted. When you go on the man page, you can't even find the video. So you delete the video. So my point is, A, what is your motive? B, well, what is your motive? Who did it? Name names. Now, Christian, when you name these names, there will be consequences for naming these names. There will be pushback because you are uncovering evil. And this is different than Diddy, probably worse than Diddy, because you're covering powerful people in Hollywood, billionaires that's funding projects. Do you hear what I'm saying? So we want you all to understand this. And now he said this is going on. But on the recent live, you guys, it is saying that, and I want to read some cliff notes so you all can understand. Cliff note number 1, he did not take the 100,000 offer even though he was broke. Repeatedly thanks the Lord for making him the type of person that doesn't sell his soul for success. Point number 2, mentions that coming forward now is not for some big payout. Says he purposely let the statute of limitation expire. He wants people to know who these people are they admire. Mentions how Cassie coming forward made him want to come forward too. Point number 3, at one point, and let's make it clear, he shares a couple of tears. Point number 4, he's thankful he created a show that employs 150 to 200 people, and thankful to see how not to be a boss. He didn't say, but this is likely a reference to All Queen's Men. He said, and no, I didn't watch that documentary. That documentary is likely Maxine Baby, the story of Tyler Perry. See, again, you're alluding to this. I did not watch that documentary. Again, What documentary are you talking about? The only documentary in my mind is Tyler Perry. Okay, let's go to another point here. Point number 4. He mentions there's another person. He explained having a meeting with an investor to get him to invest in Christian Key's company. He gave the presentation. Christian Key people leave. The investor asks him to come into a different conference room. The conference room leads to a suite. The investor changes into a silk pajamas and robe, and his champagne and strawberry. Christian Key gets up to leave. The investor asks him twice, "Are you sure?" Christian Key knows that it means he won't get the deal. Christian Key said the person is out here paying tuition for HBCU classes. That sounds like Robert F. Smith. Okay? He said HBCU. Let's keep reading. Christian Key's mentioned several times that he walks around with a recording device since about 2005. This is about the time he started working with Tyler Perry. Madea goes to jail. Okay. Christian Key said he only told about 5 people this have been happening. He kept calling out his brother, Pernell, who didn't want Christian Key to say too much on live. Claims he will eventually file. Christian Key claims he officially filed a police report. He tried a couple of times before, but didn't follow through. Christian Key mentioned a woman grabbed his equipment a couple of times on a TV set. He felt he couldn't do anything about it because the female director was sweeping under the rug, not the exact word. He was told to stand there and look pretty. He didn't like being called a pretty boy. He emphasized he's a man. In a separate story, he mentioned that someone expressed concern for his safety because he was talking about very powerful people. He says if anything happens to him, his mom and attorney have all the receipts that will come out, I guess, to prove who did it. Okay, my correction, the video is still up. I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi wasn't working at work, so it's still up. Thank you, producer, for sending that to me. Yeah, the Wi-Fi. Okay. In a separate video, he mentioned that someone happened to him, and his mom and her got all the receipt will come, I guess, to prove he did something to her. Okay. It reiterates his faith in God that nothing will happen to him. So again, we have the video, you guys. It is on his page. That video got 250,000 views already. The video is up. Now, somebody type in the chat Tyler Perry. I need 5 people to type in the chat Tyler Perry. I need 5 people to type in the chat Tyler Perry. I need somebody to type in Tyler Perry name. I need somebody to type in Tyler Perry, about 5 people to type in Tyler Perry. So people, when they go back and read this chat, and then I want to know if you're listening to me instead of me just talking. We got 1 person that typed in Tyler Perry. Okay, I guess the rest of you all are asleep. We got 2 people that type in. I need somebody else to type in Robert F. Smith. I need somebody else to type in Robert F. Smith. Robert F. Smith. Type in his name, Robert F. Smith. Okay, Robert F. Smith or Robert Smith. Okay, there we go. All right. So people have a lot of stuff to say. If okay, y'all listening. Okay, quote: if females on set have inappropriate grabbed him, why didn't he call them out in his video? Why only the gay man? He did call out the woman in the video. He didn't name the woman name, but he did correct a listener that named a female actress. He said, no, it ain't her. That's the dangerous part when you don't name names. The reason why this show, it gets so much people that don't like to fool with Wiley, because I name names. This show, I cannot do a show and name nicknames. I'm writing my book, and they say, Wiley, you can't name people names in your book, you'll be sued. I don't want to release it then. If I can't name the person I'm talking about, I don't want to release it. It will just sit on the shelf and collect dust. If I can't name the person name, I don't want a nickname. If I'm naming someone that done predatory behavior, I want the world to know their name, that they're a whole predator. I don't want a nickname, right? So if I can't name the person's real name, there's no need for me to write this book. So on this show, we name names. I don't do well with nicknames. I name names. So when you do sue, direct what I said. But I have not been sued. That should make you feel so tough, because I got common sense to know when you get sued, you don't just get no judgment that same day. Only stupid people that haven't went to school believe that. There's a whole lengthy process to get a judgment. All right. So when it comes to this story with Christian Keys, he's a very smart man. He's a writer. He knows great storytelling, and he's an actor. So him crying, All right. So we're going to open up the phone lines. If anybody want to come on StreamYard, I pray next year we get people to come on camera. I pray next year we get people to come on camera and show their beautiful face. But until then, I will drop the link and then we will open up the phone lines. Give me 1 second before you all call. I got to set it up. But also, I need people to type in TD Jakes, because he said when you hear the voice, you would know that person. I believe some gonna drop. So I hope they drop it on my off day so we can hit it then. I know that's kind of shady saying that, but I hope they drop it on my off day instead of dropping it on the day that I gotta go to work. And please don't drop it when I'm at the gym and I gotta hurry up and leave the gym. Let me screen share. Oh no. All right. The phone lines is open. Let me see if I got it. Because I put it on Do Not Disturb. Let me see. Did I take it off? Let me take it off Do Not Disturb. All right. You can call in right now. All right. Let me call this person back. All right. Moderators, just post the number. Thank you. Just post the number. Possible that Christian is waiting to go to. He could have been went to the police. This thing just happened last week. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Did you call into the show?
No, I didn't call into the show.
I got like 2 or 3 missed calls.
From me?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Missed calls 10:22 p.m. Missed calls 10:26
Oh,
p.m.
you know what? It was asking me to dial that number because you know that wonderful voicemail that you sent me?
Right.
A while ago? It was up for auto deletion. And I was trying to save it because I need that as evidence for when I go to sue you, when we have our Surviving Wiley series and and when I'm ready to tell my story, I don't know when. I got to wait till you become rich and famous. So that's why I had to I have to keep saving that message to show just a little bit of her.
But honestly, like when I was in your hotel room, it was me, it was Aaliyah, it was my friend. We in the room, and it was drinks in the room. You didn't see me burst out in a robe and say, "Okay, Aaliyah, friend, y'all leave." And then I'm in your room, burst out of the robe. Like it's just, and then of course I ain't got no money, but it's difficult. And we had this conversation at work. If somebody offer you 100,000, listen, because y'all gonna say no. I'm talking about 100,000. Would you take it to take your clothes off and let me see it? Like if somebody offer you that type of money, That's a question that I ask you. In the community, now you in the community, if somebody offer you $100,000, I want you to take your clothes off. Would you do
my
that?
answer.
Or do you think Christian Keys did that? Or he refused?
With the way that I'm gonna speak for myself. With the way that my bills are set up, and the way that my the bills that keep coming month after month. So if someone offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off, they would have dropped. And by they, I mean my clothes would have dropped off my body very fast.
Right. So I just think that for me, I just think that would I take my clothes off for $100,000? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. I'm not going to say I have all of this integrity. I would take my clothes off. I think a lot of people will say what they won't do because they've never been tempted with that amount of money, right? People take their clothes off for 5,000, 500.
With all this inflation going off, I might drop my clothes for 10,000.
Right. So, but I just think for me, do you think men can be violated as a man? Do you think that possibly could a grown man? I'm sorry, a grown man, right? Of course, a kid won't be a man, but a grown man. Do you think it's possible for a grown man to be assaulted or harassed?
Yes. I mean, you've assaulted me several times, harassed me several times, so it's absolutely possible.
It's very possible, yes. And also, and then this, even for me, I have to check myself that a lot of things I used to can say, you can't say anymore. Like, you have to be careful. Like, oh, you look good. You can't even say, oh, you look good. Dang, you think. You can't say that no more because that's a form of harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yes, it is.
Dang, you look thick. Like, but that's what we said coming up. Like, but when you in this type of media thing, I have to be very cautious. And I'm saying it's entertainment purposes only. That's not trying to get on the phone people. And even as an entertainer, I used to always judge people. How are they taking this man joke? But they take people what they say. At one point, I can say whatever I want to say on my show, and it goes in one after the other. But now that it's picking up steam, I can't flirt. I can't do whatever. And it's all jokes, all entertainment. But people take a joke and make it serious. That's why I'm like, okay, all right. And you can't even fall in love, like flirt, like people, because they judge your YouTube. Oh, Wiley said this on YouTube. He's not really down for that. But that ain't about me. This is about Tyler Perry, Christian Keys, and freak-offs. Honestly, just because you're gay does not excuse you to violate someone, or just because you're gay don't make you a whole pedo. It's all about the individual. Stop grouping the community with one sicko. Let's make that crystal clear. Now, if it is true about Tyler Perry, it will destroy people like my mother and others that love Tyler Perry. And the reason why the Tyler Perry, the Luther Vandross, and others they don't like to talk about they on the down low is because they know how homophobic the gay community, the straight community, especially the black community.
Right.
That's why a lot of guys don't come out, because we think black folks is what they're not. Let a certain if Tyler Perry get exposed to being gay, watch how black people will try to cancel him, and it will damn him to hell, because the black community is still very conservative when it comes to LGBT. Just watch, just listen to, I listen to coworkers and family. When that topic come up, it's 1,000% homophobic. So I understand if he is that way, I understand why he hide it. But if he is a whole predator, I can tell he learned that behavior since he was a child. Because he was abused. But he claimed
do you think that Christian is telling the truth, or you think he was playing?
I think that Christian did some things, and I think he wants some more money.
Yeah. My thing is when he started off by saying Cassie made it made him want to tell his story. I think he wanted a quick payday, like what Cassie got. The minute he said that, I think whatever he said happened might have happened. I honestly think he was playing around with Tyler for a while. And then now he broke and it's Christmas time. And he looked under his Christmas tree and there was no presents. So now he wants a quick payday so he can buy Christmas presents for him and the children. So now all of a sudden Tyler Perry touched you. Now Tyler Perry or whoever he's talking about touched him and he get his money, I just want to say that whoever paid him, they also touched me as well. So if you could write that down and record it, and I do take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, if you may have it, I take it all. You can even just go to the bank and I'll give you my account number.
Yeah. But I agree. When he came out and he didn't name any names, and then the tears, it was a great script. Like, oh my gosh. And it's to me, everybody ran to judgment and said it was Tyler Perry. Like, I was getting dragged on Facebook by my Facebook friends saying, "Oh, Wiley, are you going to speak about it, Wiley? It's Tyler Perry." And I'm defending Tyler Perry because I kept saying he didn't name Tyler Perry's name. But because I am a commentator, because of clicks and views or whatever, I said, let's put Tyler Perry in the title. But still to this day, we don't know if it's Tyler Perry or not. Because he said billionaire. Last time I checked, 15 years ago, Tyler Perry was not a billionaire. So who is he talking about? But then he said this billionaire donate to HBCUs. Could that be Robert F. Smith? Because he have paid off the tuition for the people in Morehouse College. And he does a Zoom meeting with the Morehouse people once a month, every fourth Wednesday or Thursday. And he answers any questions on Zoom. So who is he talking about? That's the dangerous part, not naming a name, because everybody's being dropped. And it could possibly be innocent. It possibly could be somebody else that we have not named. I highly doubt it, because how many black billionaires in Hollywood? It's not many of them.
Right.
How many black billionaires? Byron Allen? He's a billionaire. Is it him?
No, because Byron Allen actually touched me. How do you spell that name? Is it this way? Text me how he did, and I want everybody in the chat to know that Byron Allen touched me.
And so let me say this: Byron Allen owns the Weather Channel. You got, if you don't know who Byron Allen, he owns the Weather Channel, and he was in conversation of purchasing BET and VH1 with Tyler Perry and Diddy and all of those. Whew. This is interesting. This is very interesting. This is interesting. So this is interesting. Do you think if it is a recording exists, do you think Christian Key should drop that recording to the public?
If it is, then yeah. But I honestly, in my heart, I do not think that he got no recording. I think you just said that.
So
I really don't think. I think he playing chess. Or poker. Poker. Yeah. I don't think he got no recording.
Wow. We shall see. I'm looking forward to it. You guys, this came up this morning. When you first seen the video, what were you shocked? Like, what? Because I was like, what? It was like, it blew me. I'm like, what? I just did that when I saw it. I'm like, what's going on?
I think the money ran dry. Because what straight man going to have a man make a pass at him and still be working for him or doing whatever and having things where he can record them? And most straight men not about to just, like, if you come on to them, they're going to be like, oh, no, I'm not with that. And then you ain't going to never hear from them again. So how was you able to keep getting recordings if y'all wasn't doing nothing?
I think also, too, you guys, because you brought up a good point, a viewer brought up a good point, saying maybe it was for the female viewers, but there were a lot of attention put on the man. And the reason why I think he didn't want to drag the women, because that's his bread and butter. Most of the people watch him is women. And of course he got men, but the bread and butter is the women. And then also people are saying Robert Smith. But this is the dangerous part. What if it ain't neither one? What if he come out and said it ain't neither one of them? it's somebody else. So that's the dangerous part. And did he say it's a black billionaire? I don't think he said race. I don't think he said a black billionaire. He just said a billionaire. You see how wordplay about it? He said billionaire. He didn't say a black billionaire. So we rushing saying it is a black. Now, if it's a white billionaire, it's a lot of them in Hollywood. I can't even name half of them. It's a lot. That they having money making movies since the 60s, 70s, 80s. Company been around for a whole century. So he did not say a black billionaire. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, or pardon me, whoever listened to that. Did he say a black billionaire?
I think
I just want to make sure did he say a black billionaire? Because if he did, I don't think he may say, did he say it in the video? Did he say black? Or did he just say billionaire? I got to listen again because it's a very interesting point. Because he said billionaire. Okay, somebody said he did say black. Okay, then, well, okay. Tyler Perry, T.D. Jakes, Robert F. Smith, Byron Allen.
Wait, T.D. Jakes a billionaire?
Well, T.D. Jakes, they said a Prada house is worth $1 billion. So is he a billionaire? So we don't really know. I believe he said billionaire. That's what I'm saying. He just said billionaire. He didn't say black. He didn't say it was a black billionaire. He just said billionaire. And then the public rush. So I'm going to have to listen to the video again. I'm gonna have to listen to the video again. He said his voice is very distinctive, right? But everybody's voice is very distinctive. But my thing, and then also it's dangerous. I gotta say something. It's a such thing called artificial intelligence. So how do we know that voice is actually you understand what I'm saying? Because that's the dangerous part of artificial intelligence. Right now, national security people is fearing artificial intelligence because they could take somebody's vocals and create a whole story, crimes, and the person even do it. But you can't control a person going in the studio. They can make songs that sound like Michael Jackson, identical to his vocals. What will stop them to make a conversation? But to the internet, I know it's voice experts and that can look at it. But if the internet hear that it's a Tyler Perry voice, by the time they come out and find out it wasn't him, the damage is done. So that's the point that you have to be very careful with those recordings, because how do we know that it's an authentic recording?
So, I don't think he got no recording.
It could be. It could be just made up recordings too, because you can do artificial intelligence as well. So that's
if we don't hear from him again, we gonna know he got paid, and then we can start my investigation on Byron
smarter than me. I missed the one AI. I don't think that man lying about recording. Again, you may not think that, but again, what gets me and Nate, it got me irritated. He didn't name names. That make me so irritating. Like, you cannot go to the police and report a crime. Well, who did it? I don't want to name the name. Like, that's irritating.
And then if he's not talking about Tyler Perry, that's going to be really, really messed up. Because everybody immediately thought it was Tyler Perry.
That's the point that I'm making. It's like, if you doing this because you mad at Tyler Perry, so you're going to allude to some allegations, let the public destroy Tyler. You see what I'm saying? This is sick. Something is going on, and I don't like it. Because this Christian Keys is dangerous because he's not naming names and it's picking up in the blogs. We all gonna say is in Medea. And then, okay, Nate, who was that person that owned Fox Soul? That's a black man. Me and him got into it. I'm gonna spell his name because I always get his name spelled wrong. And I was copying and paste what he posts on his page. Jerome. How do you pronounce that name? J-E-R. Jerome. Okay, Jerome Tramiel. He works with Fox Soul, social media director, journalist. Jerome came out. Now, mind you, Let's listen to what this man got into it. Me and Jerome got into it about some stuff in Dallas. He don't even know me, but I got dragged in Dallas and he inquired about me. I didn't even know this queen. But Jerome said this quote. He works with Claudia and all them people. He said, quote, "Let me be clear. You can't dictate when and how a person who was abused tell their story. 2, details aren't owed to you for you to consume as entertainment. 3, they decide what form of justice is fair. P.S. You want the names of the abusers. Let's start with your family members." That's what Jerome said. Okay. Also, let's see with Jerome, which is dangerous. Jerome says Sydney loves support to actor Christian Keys. Cassie inspired him to speak his truth. If he reveals everything in the truth, will never be the same. I stand with the victims. Then he posted a picture of Tyler Perry Madea goes to jail. But Jerome, that's dangerous because you are fueling this and you supposed to be over there working with Fox Soul. Jerome, I will be reaching out to Fox Soul because I can't stand you anyhow. And I hope Tyler Perry sue you and just destroy you can't even get a janitor job at Harpo Studios. I'm really going to be dragging you on tomorrow, Jerome, because I can't stand you. And I know you're watching right now, Queen, because when I was getting dragged in Dallas, you inquired about me, you low down bottom, and you probably would take $10,000 to take off your shirt and your drawers. How many times have you been I just don't like Jerome. Jerome is a clout chaser. This man, and he got dragged by Nicki Minaj. And I don't want to make this about Jerome and all that because he makes my skin crawl because he always try to get involved. But then when Nicki Minaj dragged him and them bars want to whip his tail, he want to say, "I want to sue Nicki Minaj." No, because you a troll. And I can't stand Jerome. I cannot stand that man make my skin crawl because when he inquired about me, when the whole thing with Kurt Myers and stuff, what Wiley do? You don't know me. Please don't say my name because you don't know me. Don't put my name in your mouth. That just made my skin crawl. And I'm like, dude, why are you inquiring about? You don't even live in Dallas. You don't even know Kurt Myers. That just let me know like people watch me that I don't even know that care to watch me, if that makes sense. Because that dude really came up and he makes my skin crawl. So tomorrow I will be sending a letter to Fox and Fox Soul and all that, because that's a white-owned company. It's not black. Just because they put soul, it ain't black. That ain't black. It's white-owned. Okay. Anyway, they say he didn't say Tyler Perry. He didn't. But Nate is a very smart man, very intelligent man, low key, and Nate is not stupid. Even Nate said he was alluding to Tyler Perry. So come on now. That's why I'm glad, Nate, you called it, even though you was deleting a voicemail, me flirting and all that good stuff.
I didn't. No. I didn't delete it.
You kept it, but I got sense enough. I got sense to know when I do become a million and a billionaire, I'm gonna pay you off. You're gonna be good. You ain't gonna say a peep. Wiley, what? I love him over here. You're gonna be so rich and So if you, and it's plenty predators that's wealthy, which never been exposed because they know how to pay off their people and keep them quiet. R. Kelly would have still been walking around free if he didn't get broke. See, if
I say that all the time,
he got broke.
R. Kelly would be free if he got broke.
He got broke. It's plenty predators walking around free and they paying off their people. Like a person, like say for hypothetically speaking, me and Nate got into this, and Nate about to go to the press. And I have a team and blah, blah, and it's organizations that handle crisis. So Nate is a crisis. I go to my crisis team. They go to Nate. Okay, Nate, got 2.5 million. Take it or leave it. We know you broke. You got this company that you want 2.5 million. You're going to take it. Because you're going to get people to handle this crisis because they're going to study you. They know your swag, they know your algorithm. You would take it. You ain't going to say a peep about Wiley. You're going to utter Wiley. And if somebody even try to come to you, you will cuss them out because you don't want to lose that bag. You see, and it's most people with multiple $1 million deals that ain't saying a word. Do you know how many people that could have came out and exposed Diddy that ain't saying a word because they've been paid off? So with Christian Keys, maybe it is because he didn't get enough money, or the check got cut off, or he want more, or he just getting greedy. Because when you start paying, people do get greedy. So I'm just saying, but Nate, but I don't know. I just think that Christian Keys is really crazy for not putting a name on it. And that make me mad, because what about the people that came out and put a name on it, like Devontre, and he wasn't believed? because people tendency don't believe men. And Levante said this happened to him when he was 14, 15 years old. Now, Nate, did he come out and name Larry Reed? His mother named him. People still say, oh, he ain't doing that. So why do you think men want to come out when Levante? I'm just speaking on this point because Levante is somebody that was in this sector that said Larry Reed name and people stood by Larry. So that's power. But what Larry did, and I watch his behavior, he started super chatting people that stand up with him, send $500, $1,000, $500. Like and I knew that Larry he does predatory behavior because he loved to use his money to pay people, his allies. He would do it, and he do it openly. That's how bold he is. That's how bold he is. So when he go down, the money, his health gonna crumble, then the money gonna crumble. Because once your health gone, you ain't gonna be able to go out and do problem. And the people gonna flee, they're gonna unsubscribe because you ain't healthy. So then more people will be talking about what he's up because he bribed people. Because when I got that King Jive recording, when that man said it was weird for him to send me that money, why would he do it? Because he tried to keep. In the end, King Jive said he violated my God brother. So when I heard that, I kept it in my brain. That's why that Larry Reed is very dangerous. And then what Larry Reed will do, he will fund his employee to drag Wiley. The reason why they're picking up steam because the employee don't want Wiley to grow. So you handcuff yourself. So if you ain't gonna put no name on it, you might as well just shut up. It ain't gonna pick up legs. Either you ready to do it. Now when you do that, this the internet. Wiley gonna grow. Who is this Wiley? What? Who? You Nate, you're not stupid, but you don't want to put a name on it because you don't want Wiley to grow. That's stupid. Because don't you supposed to be defending Larry Reed, you clown? Put my name on it if you're alluding to me or you talking about Armand Wiggins or Miss Mary, because she's in the scooter. So, and I'm very dangerous too, because I can just take that, and I told it to two bloggers. They ready to tell the story, invited me to go on the podcast space to talk about Armand Wiggins. Should I go do it? And I will have it, and I will sit there and go on the platform because you ain't put no name on it. And Armand Wiggins can't say nothing because whatever I say about him, people are going to believe it, especially if I sit in this podcast space, because you never seen Wiley in no podcast space or with mics and HD cameras. Two bloggers reached out. So, is this true about Armand? Now, I could go right there and do it. And then it would be so sad for Armand. So sad. But I don't care because he started a lot of the stuff. And I would destroy him. If I want to go down with some false accusations, you going down too. And it's going to hurt you worse because you really want to be in Hollywood. You won't get there after I get through telling my amazing stories. And by the time you try to file a lawsuit, the damage is already done. Because one thing about Wiley, I'm unpredictable. You don't know what I'm going to do. So if that employee of Larry Reed don't stand down, Armand Wiggins, you're going to crumble. I'm coming for you. See, he got aliases. You can't get his real name at all. He monetized. But I know Armand Wiggins. And I will come heavy. So whenever you're ready, you got to put an address on it or we're going to go out to Armand Wiggins. And I don't think he would like for me to sit on these bloggers' platform because one thing about Armand Wiggins, he burned a lot of bridges and they would love to fly me to this amazing podcast space and hear my story. And by the time Armand Wiggins, he will have to do an entire press conference. And the Larry Reed piece, I haven't even really started on him either. That's why he haven't filed that lawsuit. But 2024, get ready to buckle your seatbelts because there's going to be so much entertainment. Then you're going to see another side of Wiley, what family members, when I come to the city, they go get on a plane, they go to a whole nother city. Because they haven't really researched me. Larry did, and I said, I can't sue this man. He unpredictable. He have researched me. Really heavy. He said, oh, man, y'all sue Wiley? Oh, we don't want to talk about Wiley. No, I want to be a part of it. Because he know how I roll. You want to go toe-to-toe with me? Go toe-to-toe. You're going to lose. Because you got something to lose. I don't. Never go after a person that don't have nothing to lose. Because you have a lot. You don't know what they're going to do. They're unpredictable. And that's the thing with that employee, because he was on recorders, went to sleep with me. And he on 2 Man LA, Nate wasn't a part of it. I know he probably was in the bushes watching. I can replay it. He went to sleep with me, called me baby daddy. So how in the world can I be a predator when you want to sleep with me? That don't make any sense. But he didn't put my name on. He put Armand Wiggins' name in the title. So I'm assuming he's talking about Armand Wiggins. And see, Armand Wiggins know when I talk about him, it gets under his skin, because one thing Armand admitted, it really hurts me when you say my name. When you say it, you haven't really seen hurt. I've never went to LA. I would love to try to. I could easily go there. And when I go there, I will be sitting on some platforms. And you won't, and it will be worse. So if that employee keep on, we're going to have a conversation in LA. We're going to come so heavy on Armand Wiggins. His mama's mama will be calling me, begging me to stop. Because I'm an amazing storyteller. And you give me lights and camera, I act even more ignorant. Armand Wiggins, Larry Reed, a whole predator. He had the audacity to talk about this case. He destroyed Levantre. And I never met Levantre. And my interview going to be way better than Tasha K's, because I know how to get out more information that Tasha couldn't even touch on. Because it's a way to destroy Larry Reed. Tasha didn't do it right. She just sat down. And when you go for church people, you got to talk that language and hit it where it hurts. We're going to come in heavy. It's going to be a war. Y'all going to be entertained. Y'all talk about, oh, Wiley don't do it, but y'all going to be watching it. Because you never seen me in LA. The world going to be watching. I have people in the beef sector still talking about when I went to D.C. and we shook up D.C. and that happened in 2018. Can you imagine me go to Los Angeles, California, and the stuff that I'm going to say? Y'all going to be entertained. Okay? They said Wiley giving me crazy Jag vibes. You shall see. And see, one thing about Jag, she's more popular. Her words. Do you see how popular Jag is? She broke because she a little stupid, because she don't know how to get that bag. But if I say it, I ain't going to do it for free. Okay, he did say Black Billionaire. I just realized, okay, he did say Black Billionaire name. I just was waiting on somebody to say that. Okay. But I'm sorry we had to say Larry Reed. I'm not sorry to say Larry Reed because he violated Levantre. He shouldn't be talking about Robert F. Smith when he put that sausage in Levantre 14-year-old mouth and down his throat.
Oh my God.
You know he did that. And Levantre sat there and he talked about it. See, when I talk about the Larry Reed, I go right back to the Tasha K stuff. Right, he sat right there. He said he was violated. They put on adult entertainment. See, Nate, it went over his head. He said we watched adult entertainment, and he allowed me to watch it to see my body react. And then Larry proceeded to go down on a 14-year-old guy, Levantre. He surely said it, but the public didn't believe him because we don't believe that boys can be abused. That's sick. That's why predators are able to really violate boys, because they are not being believed. We already know girls don't be believed, right? But can you imagine the statistic on boys and teenagers? Larry said some slick stuff in that broadcast. I told it, and people said, wow, you right about Larry. I said, I know I'm right. That's why they over there trying to start a campaign over on Wiley. They offering people just to say Wiley did something. And the people saying, no, we're not going to do that. You think I didn't know what y'all trying to do? Offering people to lie. Y'all are so sick. And it's not enough. Because I told one person when they called me, I said, they need to be offering you about 500 to $1 million, because do you know Larry Reed making all this money? Baby, you shouldn't be trying to, if you're going to try to expose Wiley, shouldn't you get $250,000? That's how much he getting. Yeah, they sat there and did it. They said, Wiley, I feel violent. No, you should be praying for Levantre that he get justice. That's how sick I heard it when Levantre put it out there. And see, Nate heard it too. Y'all seen the Tasha K interview, but you didn't care. Just like y'all ain't gonna care if Christian Keys said it was Tyler Perry. You still gonna watch his movies and eat buttery popcorn drowned with hot sauce and laughing at the You ain't gonna cancel Tyler Perry. He's too big. He owns too much. So let's just say if it is Tyler Perry, you ain't gonna cancel Bishop TDJ. Get ready. You still gonna be up there with your synthetic wig, shouting, rolling over the floor, speaking an unknown tongue. So if Larry didn't get canceled or destroyed, you think Tyler Perry gonna be? He got quadruple the amount that Larry had. So let's just stop with this false, fake outrage. I don't see it happening because I still listen to R. Kelly, and look what he did: boo-booed on people, let him eat it like a sandwich. I still listen. I Believe I Can Fly. I still just play his "I Look to You" at Whitney Houston funeral when he was singing that song. When he wrote it. He was singing that Whitney Houston funeral, and he was a whole predator. Then people still stood up and applaud him. You put on his music, you still bob your head. Now, of course, the internet say I cancel his music, but the streams say different. Nate, go to his streams. Look at them high numbers. Look at the monthly streams. So it's selective outrage. That's the thing with Christian Keys. And if it's Robert F. Smith, we don't care who Robert F. Smith is. Half y'all don't even know what he did to accumulate his wealth. And he ain't going to be canceled because the only thing he's going to do, hire the floozy to run his company, and he still get all the resources. He said, okay, I stepped down as CEO. But he's still getting the money. Even when Diddy said, I stepped down and revolt. But you're still getting your resources. You're still getting paid. So you stepping down the company you built is stupid. Just like when Vince McMahon stepped down when he had some allegations, he still was getting paid. And guess what? He waited till it died down and he returned as CEO or head of the board of WWE. So what I'm saying is it's selective outrage, and I don't believe that Tyler Perry will be canceled. I will be shocked. He's just too powerful to be canceled. He owns too much. And I don't believe he even talking about Tyler Perry. That's the sad part. I just think he's mad at Tyler Perry for whatever reason. Maybe he didn't fund another project, and he's using these quote unquote recordings, if it exists, like his poker face, like he's bluffing. That's the word. It's a bluff. But to the predator, or if they're predator or not, they don't know that. On the public, they assume, because when he put off the pen, I said, oh God, that could be just a pen he got at Walmart. But it's just that way, you know. And I know part of me, you said no one is too powerful. I get it, but I just don't see Tyler Perry. I don't know. Nate, what do you think? Do you think that the Black community because that's who made Tyler Perry wealthy. Do you think the Black community gonna cancel Tyler Perry if he did do this to Mr. Christian Keys?
Depends on what proof he provides.
Proof. And he need video proof.
Yeah.
Audio ain't gonna work with Black folks.
Yeah.
Baby, they ain't gonna work with Black folks. They need some video footage. They gonna have to see him inserted. Like if Levante had a video, like if they had a tape of him getting fellatio about Larry Reed, it would have hit differently. Which is the sad part about it. Even when R. Kelly had it, it still was able, but it would have hit differently for Larry Reed. But don't worry, Larry Reed health and the members gonna unsubscribe once his health fail. It's gonna happen. His health gonna crumble. That's why he wear all them dark shades and stuff. But anyway, right. but Levante had whole recounts and had witnesses that said he did it, but he wasn't believed. So that's why I'm not 100,000% believe that Christian Keys going to be able to hope and pray he got the record. Because if he don't, it's Christian Keys' word against Tyler Perry's word or the billionaire word, and they're going to label him crazy, mentally ill, deranged. He want more money grab. See, Cassie had witnesses that came out and confirmed the story. And she named security guards that came out and confirmed the story. So, right. And she named a friend that Diddy settled when she got whooped in the situation. So, again, let's not group Cassie in with Christian Key. This is a totally different situation because he giving us a half-baked cookie, a pie that haven't been in the oven, and he want to serve us this liquid pie, this liquid sweet potato pie. Like you got the crust, it's just a liquid. It needs to be baked. We need to know the name. No name tonight. And even Nate said he didn't name a name. So okay, he didn't name a name. Now, according to the people in the chat, he did say black billionaire, but he didn't put a name on it because there are some it's more than one black billionaire in Hollywood. And it's at least Brian Allen, Robert L. Smith, if he in Hollywood, TDJ, and then it may be a billionaire in Hollywood that we don't even know. So it's just, that's the dangerous part because everybody's name is being dragged. Even now they said Oprah Winfrey and Naomi Campbell is madams in Hollywood, and it's an open secret. You see how all these other names is being attached to this, but that's the dangerous part of it. When you don't name a name, people will assume, and the perception is the reality, because the perception of Tyler Perry that he's down low, and since Christian Keys put it out there, oh, he did that. It was Tyler. So now I got to see Tyler Perry. Let me leave Tyler Perry a voice note. Give me a second. If I can leave him a voice note. Okay. Let me leave Tyler Perry a voice note. Okay. Let me leave Tyler Perry a voice note. Give me a second. Can I leave Tyler Perry a voice note? I know we got Nate in the chat, so I want him to be a witness. Let me leave. Do you want to leave him a voice note too, Nate?
No.
Okay, hold on. Hello, Mr. Tyler Perry. My name is Mr. Wiley from The Wiley Show. There is some allegations from Christian Keys saying that a billionaire offered him $100,000 for him to take off his clothes, and that he was drinking Hennessy in a house, and this billionaire got in the bed. I want to keep it all the way a stat. Were you that billionaire, Tyler Perry? Did you tell Christian Keys to take off his clothes for $100,000? Did you pay for a vehicle? Did you do this? Yes or no? I am live right now, 972-674-9462. Because Mr. Perry, one thing about us, we both went to church. And you know, when you read the Bible, you don't use a nickname. You say Jesus when you talk about Jesus. You say Paul when you talk about Paul, okay? When he said Lazarus come forth, he literally put a name on it. He said Lazarus come forth. He put a name on it. So that dead person in that grave, he had to come up. Okay, give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, I have to use another voice note. So he put an address on it. So I'm coming to you direct. I'm not like these people on the internet talking about you behind your back. If I had your phone number, I'll call it. I know Tyler Perry Studios is closed because it's like 1 a.m., but I will be calling Tyler Perry Studios on Monday morning. Okay. And I'm going to talk to people and say, hey, is these allegations true? Did you touch and fondle, harass Christian Keys? I keep it very direct. Now, I may not never work with you again, but I'm going to be a billionaire and I'm going to fund my own product. I don't need to work with you because God already told me I'm going to be wealthy. He told you that. The same God that sat on the throne told me that I'm going to be wealthy. That's why I'm here. So I'm not begging you for no job. I'm building my own job. I'm a man. I don't need to beg no other man. Make that perfect clear for the record. But I just want to know, did you fondle, touch, licked on, touched on, kissed on Christian Keys? Holler back to me. Go ahead, holler back. All right. I left him a voice note. See, on this show, and Nate knows this, I go very direct. My first opponent and target have been Ron Wiggins. I get under that man's skin like clockwork. I play mind games because I studied his swag. I studied him. And I'm obsessed. I studied him. I know all his weak points. And he call in. And then when he come in, oh, what, Armand? No, I didn't say that. Oh, I play stupid because I want you to be irate. Because after you get done, I'm going to still go back to trolling you. Because I know your skin. I will never stop. We never met. You're just content. Okay? Now, when it comes to this Christian Keys, I got to study him. Because he playing these mind games. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to really do what I did with Armand Wiggins. I got a whole binder of I would write notes and I would listen to Armand Wiggins. And that's how I studied him. So with Christian Keys, to really understand his mindset, I got to study his character. I need to go back when he was in college. I need to go back to see what was his grades, who was his mother like, he was an adopter, what happened there. But I got to study him some more because I never thought about a Christian Keys, right? Of course, he was attractive. He had a cross on his chest. but I never thought Uzi about him. Never thought about this man. So now that he's on the docket, I need to study this man. I need to sniff the spirit of this man to see A, is he telling the truth, or B, is he just lying? But I need to study him. And while studying him, I need to go back to Tyler Perry drag show days, Miss Sophia days. I need to study Tyler Perry and come on back with this. But I'm glad they said it because I'm going to do my homework and do some more research in all of this situation. Okay? All right? Summer Curse, there is no apology. Okay? No apology. He could take that apology. There is no apology. It's F him. And he's watching right now. F him. Exclamation point. And I'm still going to be talking about him. And I'll talk about him more when y'all comment in the chat. But this ain't about him. We got him on the docket tomorrow. This is about Tyler Perry and Christian Keys being funneled and touched by Robert L. Smith, Bishop T.D. Jakes, or Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Gayle King eating each other box. Because it's all, because, you know, Oprah Winfrey have been leading up with Gayle King. And you know her school, most of them little girls was being violated at that school. So once you research these people, it's a lot of sickness in Hollywood. It's a lot of sickness in Hollywood. Someone presented this to me when I was at work, and they said, and I didn't believe it, they said, it's a lot of sickness in Hollywood because they went back to Biggie Smalls. I didn't believe, well, why they brought up Biggie Smalls? Biggie Smalls made a song talking about dating Raven-Symoné when she was 8 years old, alluding to Raven-Symoné, dating her. Biggie Smalls, this is the icon. Literally, they have an article that was written, and he said the questionable lyrics, but fair are just realized it in 2023. In the lyrics, he talked about alluding to dating Raven-Symoné, and was suddenly due to the lack of consent, Just Playing dropped. Just Playing the song dropped in September 1994, and since the actor was born December 1985, she would have been 8 years old at the time, and Biggie, meanwhile, he was 21 years old. So when you pull back and listen to those lyrics, it literally Just Playing Dreams song rapped about dating Raven-Symoné. So when I went back, I said, yikes, a lot of people have been doing this. So it's not surprise. I'm shocked that this is going. No, I'm not shocked because it's a lot of sickness that goes on with po folks. It's a lot of sickness that goes on with po folks. So can you imagine somebody wealthy? And I've seen abuse went on with poor people. Like my sister was poor. Sherman Blake Marlowe was poor. He was violent on a little girl, and the church covered it up. These ain't wealthy people. This ain't no bitch. It's a church with 10 people. And back in the day, it had more members. Now they got about 5 or 6. So if it happened with poor people, what do you think it happened with wealthy folks? Let's make it plain. I don't know, Nate. Have you known somebody that was abused? Family member, friends?
No.
You don't know anybody that was abused. That's a good thing that you haven't known anybody. Do you know any coworkers that have been harassed at work? None of that. You haven't experienced that or know anybody?
No.
Okay. So you're one in the minority. And that's a blessing for you not knowing that. But not in my case, because I've known people that have been abused, came out and said it happened. And if I ask some sisters here, have they ever been abused or harassed? Some would say yes. So they said, facts, Wiley, regular activities are boring to billionaires. So I just had to bring a point. But the name of that song, you guys, Just Playing Dreams, song rap. I guess the name of it is Just Playing Dreams. And you all can play that on Spotify. And that was just brought to my attention today. So back to Tyler Perry, Christian Keys. We need to get more information because let's be clear. If it's not about Tyler Perry, now Tyler Perry going to have in his DMs and his comments. Let me see if he privated his comments. Give me a second. Okay, he did not private his comments. Let me go to a video. Okay, let me go to Oprah Winfrey one. Okay, where's my invite? Okay, already 12 hours ago. So I'm the only one here to see if he made a post about due S allegations. Okay. Somebody said The Color Purple was written by a Black woman and Oprah. It makes sense for her to be involved in this film. Okay. Somebody said, get in my seat ready before the comments roll in. They already posted that in the chat, in the comments of Tyler Perry. So Nate said something, what if this is not about Tyler Perry? This could possibly damage his reputation. Sad, man. The internet is dangerous. The internet is so dangerous, man. We are in a dangerous society because a person, if it comes out, pick up late. Even Denzel Washington, I use him because he's so beloved, right? Everybody loved Denzel. Do everybody love Denzel? A woman or a man can make an allegation. It could be so juicy, and it could be a lie, and the public will want to cancel Denzel Washington. That's how dangerous it is of Me Too times up. It is dangerous. You can literally just put it out, and that video almost got 300,000 views of Christian Keys, and people have already said that Tyler Perry did this. So that's how dangerous this is. So I get it on YouTube. Can I imagine once I become famous? I told one of my friends, he said, you're going through so much stuff that people get trolled when they become famous, like huge famous. You know, you're getting it the beginning stages, and a mentor of mine said, oh, it's going to get worse with your haters. Like when you get to that next level, then they're going to take the hate up to another notch. And you got to know how to. Some of my colleagues can't deal with the hatred that they get on YouTube at this small moment. Can you imagine when you become mainstream, like Oprah status, Tyler Perry status, the hatred that you're going to reach? Because everybody's not going to love you. Everybody don't love me now. So I know once I become a billionaire, oh man. They said if it wasn't him, he would have said him by now. It's him. Okay. Oh, but it could not be him. So my thing is this. We don't know until Christian Keys make a statement, correct, Nate? Like that's what I'm saying. He went live this morning. Is he gonna go live tomorrow morning to make a statement? No lawsuit have been filed. No police report we haven't seen it to TMZ, and best believe this will be on TMZ. If it wasn't him, he would have said to by now it's him. That's what Asia Report said. So, but again, what if it's not him? Just like that's the point that I'm saying. I know Nate about to go to sleep, but thank you, Nate, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
No, honestly, thank you, Nate. And Nate been a day one supporter for a very long time, and me and him went and got into it on members only. But at the end of the day, we cool because this is what I do. Once you get to know my personality, like my personal online persona, and you pull back the insults, you saw me in person. Like if you see Nate, you will love him too. If you say Nate, you will love him too. Because when I saw Nate in person, I said, I know Nate is asleep, but when I saw him, I was fully awake. I said, oh my gosh, you come and see me? I was in shock. He's asleep, y'all. And then when I get on the phone with Nate, that's our private conversations. But go ahead, go to sleep, Nate.
All right.
Okay. Because I'm going to talk about the phone when you get off the phone. Okay. So, it's a private conversation. If you live in Atlanta, you have heard all of the Tyler Perry rumors. He has a type, which is light-skinned, black, Latino, tall with a body type. Okay, can you call in? Anybody else want to call in? I'm saying because Tyler Perry is a huge part of his life. He see people blaming Tyler. If it wasn't Tyler, he would clear that up. Because he cleared up that female actress. Anybody else want to call in? 972-674-9462. We do want to thank Nate for coming on the show because that brother didn't have to come on the show, but he came on the show and he woke it up, even though he went to sleep. But we love him. Okay. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. I just wanted to hear y'all thoughts on this. Anybody else got somebody else called in? Anybody else got something to say? 972-674-9462. But we will. He kind of did by liking that tweet on X Twitter. Okay, what tweet was liked? Christian Key's Twitter. Let me see. Give me Christian Key's Twitter. Okay, because Christian Keys did like it on Twitter. So let me go to Christian Key's Twitter. So on Christian Key's Twitter, you guys, he got 60,000 followers. And if you go under his likes, he actually like a post. Watching Christian Key could tell he is clearly a victim. Only $3,000 in his name, violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money. Good name. Christian will remain broken. He liked that tweet. That's the tweet he liked. I see it. That's the tweet he liked. So the tweet that Christian Keys liked on Twitter, quote, watching Christian Keys and can tell he is clearly a victim. Only $3,000, only $3,000 to his name, and violated by a gay billionaire. No, I don't believe it was Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name. Christian will remain broken. Okay, that's the tweet. If you go to Christian Keys, at Christian Keys, click under likes, you see it verbatim. If you go under Christian Keys, you see it on his Twitter. At Christian Keys, click under his likes. That's the first tweet under his likes feed. And the rest of the tweets is from April. So this live on the Wiley Show.
First of all, I want to say you is a fool causing that man, at least that voice note. And you was looking so serious, like it's not even funny. I thought that was hilarious.
I mean, I had to leave a voice note because if we're talking about this, why not ask the person that we're talking about and leave him a voice note? Because I don't have his phone number. Do you have his phone number for me to call him? I would have called him on the air.
No, I agree with you. I'm glad that you did it. It was so funny that I just was cackling. But I agree with you. I think it is dangerous what Christian did. Like, you're not afraid for saying, "Oh, he did something to me." So this is supposed to be putting people out there. And so these people are going to continue to do this stuff because of people like you. Oh, this person did this to me, but I'm not telling you who it is. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, tell us who it is. So we can know who is the predators out there. But nothing for me. But telling me somebody did something to you, and you're not telling me who it is.
I agree because, I mean, you got to put the address. So, like, people were alluding, saying that I was being trashed on YouTube, and they said, well, he didn't put your name, he put Armand Wiggins' name in the title. I'm like, it's dangerous when people allude to stuff with no evidence or not putting a name on it. It's crazy because people will make assumptions. And when you're dealing with allegations, we don't need to be making assumptions. We need to be very direct for investigation purposes, so we know who. And then you don't want the next young actor to go to a meeting. Let them know who the person is, so it will avoid that next young brother or sister that possibly will be caught up, will possibly avoid being caught up in that type of freak off or in that type of situation. But you're not naming a name. You're not helping pushing the culture forward. If you want to be what Cassie did, then she put an address on it. Are you willing to put an address on it? If not, shut up.
Listen, wait, compare yourself to Cassie. She told us it was Diddy, you know.
She said Diddy, that. She put all his company name. She posted a former friend. She posted names in that complaint. So if you want to have that spirit of Cassie, put an address on it. And that's what he didn't do.
Put it out there. And you know what? That Claudia Jordan, she do that all the time too. And I like Claudia, and I like TGIF. But she does that a lot too. Oh, well, this person did that, but I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was. What you that for? If you're not gonna tell us, don't say nothing. You're not doing no favors. Yeah. We don't know who to look out for. And then what if it's not Tyler Perry? If you go to his Instagram, you got people leaving him messages to his pictures, harassing him. What if it's not that man? You got, you sending people over there. They talking about Oprah and everything. So, yeah, I could have kept that unless you really gonna tell us who it is. And if it's not about money, which he say it's not, you would have said who it was, because to me, you giving that person time to contact you, like, hey, let me pay you off so you don't, go no with this. So,
and I'm gonna post something, let you all read this. But thank you so very much, ma'am, for being very direct on this show. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Good night, Wiley.
No, good night to you, and thank you so very. And you be safe out there in the shy.
I will. Okay.
And you better hide your kids because they're taking them kids. Okay, I want to show you all this tweet. Give me a second, you guys. I want to show you all this tweet here. And this is why I don't like this either, because I'm like, why is this still an open secret? Why can't the general public why can't the general public get to know what we're talking about here? So give me a second. I want to show you this tweet. My producers are sending me this. So bear with me. One of them just woke up just to send me this, and I didn't even catch this, but we will show it to the people in the chat here. Give me a second. Make sure y'all like and share really quickly. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I know who Christian Keys is talking about. This is Jason Lee. And baby, this is going to rock the industry. Networks, icons, Black Hollywood. It's a rap if he speaks out. And he should. Christian Keys has never been messy, so don't question his motives. Do y'all see that? Did y'all see this? So my thing is, where's the name? Why is it such an open secret? He said this is going to rock the industry and networks. Icon. See this again. This is why they saying Tyler Perry. Networks, VH1, Disney, Netflix, icons, working with all the iconic people. The poet, what was that? Maya Angelou, working with Oprah Winfrey, Black Hollywood. This is Tyler Perry. This is giving me Tyler Perry again. I'm just saying, like, it's leading to the point. That's what it is. Okay, they said not Tyler Perry. Then who is it about? Okay, I can't say it sure sound like him though. I'm just saying, anybody else want to call in? I don't believe him. He's broke. Remember they did to Michael Jackson. Anybody else want to call in? I just had to hear y'all thoughts on this. They said it could be anyone. Lee Daniels. But Lee Daniels wasn't relevant 15, 20 years ago. Was he relevant back in 2005? I believe Jason Lee don't know is she just trying to attach himself as always. Okay. He's not a billionaire. Lee Daniels nowhere near a billionaire. He actually owed somebody some money. He's not a billionaire at all. I'm just trying to see. He's not a billionaire at all. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody got something to say. Okay. So this tweet, somebody said, it ain't too many male billionaires in the industry. Let's do the process of elimination. Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Tyler Perry. I'm going to say these names again. Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Tyler Perry. Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Tyler Perry. So no, they said 15 years. Somebody said, Claudia George said 15 years. Or did he? Byron Allen. Mr. Bob Johnson, the founder of BET. I'm just giving y'all the thing. The founder of BET. So, who is it? Honestly, they are pretty hidden, but there is a lot more. Yeah. None of those are real billionaires except Michael Jordan. His brother and mentor is what he said. He also said he was not working for him at the time. The man came to his home. Byron Allen is not a billionaire. He's close, but not there, according to Forbes this year. The prey predator thing have been going on for a while. Now just coming out Byron Allen. So can y'all call in? Who do y'all think it is? This is a lot, man. They said Tom Joyner. Somebody put Tom Joyner donated. They said Robert Johnson, Robert F. Smith. Oh my God, all right, who else are y'all naming? So he said he came out in slick pajamas. That's a clue. Who wears slick pajamas? They said your hairline is pushed back. Hello, the radio. No, it's not him. I still think of Tyler Perry. They said Steve Harvey. They said the person that paid tuition for HBCU is Robert Silk did that. Byron Allen fits the bill. Still very powerful in them rooms. People always talking about. Definitely not the preacher. Christian referred to more than one person. It's obviously Steve Harvey. Unwatched documentary plus billionaire equals as a predator. I'm just saying, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. They said TD Jakes, what's going on with Hollywood? TD Jakes just money hungry. I don't think he gets down. They said you must not have listening to him talking. They said it's crumbling. What makes y'all think it's Steve Harvey? They said, man, why we just can't wait until the man say who it is because it's the internet. Then he played all Queens, man. Yes, Robert Stone is a billionaire who give heavily to HBCUs. Quincy Jones ain't a billionaire. He's a See her, hey, children, according to my radio, she deleted the episode. They said when working around celebrity, the NDA agreement is pretty tight. But an NDA doesn't prevent you from getting criminal charges. An NDA is not a document where it prevents you from reporting it to the police. That is not a shield to prevent you from prosecution. So stop playing with me. They said these are things that have been happening in Hollywood for years. So now we act like we have a sense of morality. LOL. Y'all done said DJ Academics. Don't say that. They said the female actually touch it. Who is she? And also the female actress. Who is she? They said TD Snakes is LGBT. Hey, Couture Bay. They said we will never find out. He's going to get an offer for a settlement. They said Christian said he already turned over the documents to his family attorney. That's right, but it may prevent the witnesses from coming forward. It may prevent the witnesses from coming forward because of the NDA, and that prevents them from getting other jobs in Hollywood. This is sick, you guys. Wow. They said that's right, but may prevent the witnesses from coming. They said TD Jakes is close to Tyler Perry. I think it's Robert Smith and TP. Who do y'all think it is? They said Georgia has a statute of limitation on SA, so no charges. Yeah, because this is not New York. This is Georgia, if it did happen in Georgia. Oh, wow, we got a lot of views that's tuning in tonight. Moderators, do y'all see this? Producers, do y'all see this? The people is tuning in. I mean, the people is in here deep. It's 1:30 in the morning. He said he left the statue. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Baby, they came for the tea. I'm here for it. I kind of felt bad I had to work today. Man, I think it's all apparent. Last week he said that TD Jakes is daddy. Last week it was said that TD Jakes is daddy groomer. Yeah, so the statute of limitations out, so he have nothing to lose. 11,000 in the rankings, I think. Okay. Anybody else want to call in? I always watch you while that comment every now and then. Thank you. Man, shout out to the producers. It's 10:30 LA. Yeah, it's 10:30 LA. Because Armand Wiggins just came in from the store. So he's on his way to he's gonna go out. He's about to go out to the club. He's pre-gaming right now. So yeah. Yeah, it's different from the rest. They said other crowd boring out some old, same old, like your commentator. Yeah. Amen. So he's to like pre-game right now. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show. This Christian Keys on Tyler Perry?
Yeah, this is Christian Keys.
I'm joking. Go ahead, girl.
You get my nerves. No, I'm calling because people in the chat act like they're slow. They keep talking about, well, he can't press criminal charges because he let the statute of limitations run out. He's not talking about that statute, you guys. He's referring to the SA statute that was in New York. Please stop just typing anything. Just slow.
So who you think?
Criminal and civil are two completely different things.
That's true.
He's saying he let the statute of limitations to sue for SA run out in New York because he did not want anybody to think that he was trying to get any money. Use your brain.
In the words of R. Kelly, use your common sense.
Dang.
Well, there's not going to be any criminal charges because he said he let the statute.
Girl.
So what do you think? Do you think this is a money grab?
I absolutely do not think it's a money grab.
Okay.
A money grab for what?
Because Chris, okay, let's break it down with
So
all
why I
queens.
need you to
Okay, go ahead.
play. I need you to play devil's advocate, Wiley, and explain to me why this would be a money grab. Looking at the situation, listening to the video, watching the video, knowing all the players that are involved, how and why would this be a money grab?
That's a good point. But okay, that's a good point. But also too, I want to make it plain. All Queen's man, Tyler Perry, is a producer, correct? Or is it just
Tyler Perry is, yes.
okay? And then he's still a producer. So my thing is this: unless because people were saying, how can he still work for a guy that prey? How many women still go to work that still get preyed upon by their supervisor or their coworker?
Facts. There are people that still. There are a large majority of Black people. If you live in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. There are a large majority of Black people that still work for a company that has been sued multiple times for racial discrimination. Now, ask me why those people still work there. Apparently, they can't get a job anywhere else making that amount of money.
I love that you brought that point up. But do you think when this recording drop, let's just put it address, let's just say it's Tyler Perry. Do you think Tyler Perry's career, he will be canceled, meaning he won't be able to make any more money? Let's be practical here. Would that happen for Tyler Perry?
Yes.
Okay. I think it can. I think that, but then Tyler Perry still can do play. You gotta understand, he will go back. Let's say if he get canceled in Hollywood, that won't stop him from doing plays, because them theaters will still allow him to host a play there because it's money. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Luna Rose and All for Travel 3000. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. You don't know me, ma'am, and don't comment on me.
She said, what kind of car was he going to give Christian? A Bentley? And that's the point. Did he keep the car? See, this is the thing. Like, did he keep the car? And if he kept the car, that's going to be suspicious, correct? If he try to file.
If he didn't accept the $100K, I don't think he accepted the car either.
Okay. But I think he said he had proof of who purchased a car. So I'm assuming he has some documentation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He said it's in the person's company's name.
Oh, so it's in a Tyler Perry name studio. Oh, so okay, pardon me. You got to send me. You sent me a lot on this case, and it's. Remember, I was sick reading Cassie's story, and this is making me sick because I'm putting my mind in those rooms when you're getting drunk. And my thing is this: people do come after you when you're drunk. Because
right,
but
they'll supply you with alcohol to get you drunk, so they can prey after you.
Yeah, and then they can see if you get, because some guys you get them high enough, like it's some dudes that will sleep with another dude if they lit enough. But that's different because you always want to do that. You just want an excuse. Then versus you trying to come on to a person and getting them drunk. But obviously he was conscious enough to know. This ain't no Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby put Quaaludes. So this person did not drug. They wanted that person to be sober. Like, So he didn't say he put something in my drink. He didn't say it in this particular video. So he said multiple men have tried him. I can believe that. But my thing is...
thank you, Couture Bay. That's another reason why I called in. They keep getting confused. They're like, TP is the person in the silk pajamas that he was talking about. No, clearly that is another P. Spoke about multiple people in his video.
But my thing is this, to make it clear to the public, that's why it's important for him to put a name on it, though. Because the internet, you know this part of me.
It's too many names.
We ready for it, put it all in there. Because if you do a video like this, I can't blame the public for them putting these people's names out. I can't blame the public because he opened that Pandora's box by not putting the name on it. You got to put it when you come out like this. If this would have never happened for Cassie, if she came out not putting a name on it, it wouldn't have hit different. She wouldn't have got no settlement. Maybe when she filed that, and maybe he should have went through his attorneys, it would have hit different. Because him trying to do it, he's not a pro at doing it. He should have hired them attorneys like Cassie, filed a lawsuit and put names, and let them white folks put the timeline. Now, I'm not going to talk about victim name. You can shut up with that. Because my thing is, if you're trying to allude to what Cassie did and pull the blueprint, that lady hired professionals and they put the timeline. Did they not? That 35 complaint put a timeline in there. His timeline is not matching up. Neither he haven't put an address on it. So you just leading a whole itch storm in this entire internet because you, the quote unquote victim, is letting people name these other people's name without putting an address on. Because then now a tweet came out, pardon me, and he liked a tweet that said, I don't think it's Tyler Perry, even though he said other stuff in the post in that tweet, but he liked that tweet. In the tweet, he said, I don't think Christian is talking about Tyler Perry. So why would you like this tweet if he ain't talking about Tyler Perry? So my thing is this, it's on Christian. The ball is on his court to make it plain. Because right now, everybody's name is being mentioned, including Bishop T.D. Jakes.
I think more importantly, like, okay, let's say we're very good friends and I consider you a mentor. Now I'm coming out talking about a situation and people are all up and through the chat. Is it Wiley? Is it Wiley? Is it Marquise Wiley? Marquise Wiley? It's Marquise, right? Marquise Wiley? Marquise. At some point, if we're friends and I really do care about you and it wasn't you, I'm going to say, no, it was not Marquise. Please stop saying that. It's not him.
Because he did.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like that because he did when they name an actress. So this is why I got to give you a playing devil's advocate. They said, I think was it this actress? I forgot the name of the actress. He said no. Did you hear that part? Because when he got to the woman part, he said it's not that actress. But when they was naming Tyler Perry in the chat, he never shot that down. So you're right about that. He said that lady didn't try him. They named the lady name. He shot it down and said no. But my thing is that, okay, you did it for that. But that's the reason why you got to put an address on it because you're still leading. So now people can drag the women and say, was it Claudia Jordan? Was it this? Any woman that he worked with, like any of his co-stars, because it's dangerous not putting an address on it. Like that's just like you call 911. They're going to ask for your address, correct?
Right.
Okay. Case closed. Like you gotta put like and for him you can't tell me you're an amazing writer when you can't put a name of the main character. Like like you can now you wrote all these scripts and we can't even get the name who got you with no clothes on. Like come on. Like I just don't understand that. I'm just trying to social media is not 911. I get it, but we are the public and we want an address.
Luna Rose, there is no next caller.
It's
Luna, you call in.
I'm like put an address on. That's all I'm saying. Because this morning when I got the information from Pride of Me when we were talking, actually I got it before Pride of Me because people bombarded me with it. And I said Christian Key or whatever. I thought he was promoting a product or something or a movie or All Queens or whatever. And somebody said, no, you got to check this out. I had got a caller for one of my YouTube students because when I used to do YouTube consultation, right? And I have her name as YouTube client, YouTube student or whatever. I don't say her name because I don't know if she want me to give her publicity. But she called me, kept calling me. She said, Wiley, did you talk about the Tyler Perry? I mean, the Christian Key is alluding to Tyler Perry. And then I went to the gym. Then you sent me all the information. I said, okay. Let me say something because I'm being dragged on. Well, I'm defending Tyler Perry on Facebook because I'm tagged on Facebook. I said, let me say something in a short because I can't do a full video because I have to work. And then now we're getting all the information that we're getting. And Proud of Me was a big help in that part because you said, I don't think it's just one person. There's multiple people. that you're alluding to. But my thing is this: can we at least get 2 of the 3, or 2 of the 5, or 3 of the 5, so we can at least, or at least he could do, is it Tyler Perry or is it not Tyler Perry?
Well, I feel like we could go ahead and assume it is Tyler Perry.
How would you feel if he said,
I'm not about to let you get dragged. If I'm reporting something and people are in my chat, is it Marquise?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Is it Marquise Riley? Okay, so there's that. And then number 2, we have to look at all the people who Christian is associated with, who he's worked with, and how many of those people have come out in support of him.
Oh, that's a good point. Someone said
has Tyler come out?
No.
Has Tyler Perry come out? Has Tyler Letley come out?
Not enough. And somebody alluded to this and said a lawyer would have told him to say nothing. But no, not necessarily. If you're playing chess, a lawyer say, hey, make sure you don't say names. So, yeah, a lawyer can play chess like that because this is civil. It's about getting that bag. And you will use the media to get that bag. Why do you think they got that Warner alert on Cassie documents? They did that because they knew the media was going to eat that alive. And
they were going to eat that up, and they did.
Yeah. And they made sure to send that to the New York Times. Now, what you will see in this, if this is about the money, then you're going to see the media get reliable sources, inside information, breaking news from the New York Times. And I'm not talking about from the shade room. They go to mainstream media to get world press because this Diddy stuff, keep in mind, this wasn't a TMZ breaking news story. This was a New York Times breaking news story. I'm just letting you know that now. It was a New York Times breaking news story. So we will see if this is about money. Let's see for this couple of weeks. That way, this will be very dangerous for BET because they depend so much on Tyler Perry because most of their content, and they can't get away from Tyler Perry because Tyler Perry is the co-owner of BET Plus. He have ownership in BET Plus, unless they shut it down and name it something else, and he will sue them. And most of his content is on BET Plus. He got deals with Netflix. So, and I don't know. See, Tyler Perry is different because he's the owner of this stuff. So, yeah. All right. Thank you so much, part of me.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was dope. Part of me. She came on here. I love her. I love her. And she's so beautiful, you guys, if y'all see her. Hey.
You can hear me clear?
I can hear you clear. Yes. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. I don't want to be on topic, but really quick, your skin looks very nice and clear.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
Because I'm working out and I'm drinking water and I'm sweating. And I'm living life. Let me just put that on the camera before I get through doing what I'm doing with this camera off. The reason why it's clear because I'm drinking water and I'm sweating. I'm not a heavy. I don't drink alcohol. I drink it every blue moon. So the next time I will drink in April in Vegas. So I just want to tell you that right then and there. That's what it is. And yeah, I just shabba that. That just show. That just. I'm
gonna drink my water tomorrow.
I just know it look nice because I'm working out and I slim down and you see that 6-pack with that clean skin. You really don't want to be in my hotel suite, and I ain't gotta throw $100,000 or ask you to take it off. You're just gonna take it off willingly. But go ahead, man. What you got to say?
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. So my opinion is this. I agree with you when you said that he probably should have went the Cassie route, but I think what happened was, in just my opinion, I think that he was sitting in his house and he was thinking all the stuff that happened. He got into his emotion, got into his feelings, and he just came on live to talk about what he was going through. Because I watched the whole live that he did, And he did look very sad, very depressed. And he was going out of a little bit of anger, sadness, and he was just going through all the emotion. And I think what happened was he was in his thoughts. And the only thing that I hope, because I don't know who it is, I don't know, okay? But the only thing that I hope is that he did say that he had told 5 people who these people was, right, that violated him. And he said, I think his mom, his brother, and some other people, right? He said that he had a recording pen and he recorded it, and the person's voice is very distinct, so we would know who it is. So the only thing I'm hoping is that if anything happened to him, I just hope that he gave these people the receipts, and then if something happened, then they would be able to say, yeah, we got the receipts, blah, 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 or whatever. And I think he did say that he went to the police. So I'm hoping that they got the information, just in case. That's just my 2 cents.
For me, I agree, because I believe he did it, like send it to other people. But my thing is this: what if it's not Tyler Perry though?
No, but that's why I said I don't know, because I would hate for somebody.
Or do you believe it's Tyler Perry? Is what I'm gonna say on the day.
I don't even know, because you know why? Because I would hate for somebody. I'm gonna put myself in this situation. I would hate for somebody to just say that I did something that I did not do. And I agree with the last caller. If it wasn't, then why wouldn't you just omit that person and say, no, it wasn't? You understand what I'm saying? Like, my name is Shelly, and somebody would, we know each other, we work together, and somebody said, oh, was it Shelly? And they'd be like, no, it wasn't Shelly, it wasn't Shelly. You know what I mean? So a part of me is like, why wouldn't he say, no, it wasn't, like he did with the other actress that somebody said, was it her that, grabbed you there, and he said no, but I don't know. I'm just going to wait. He did say that he was going to put it out there. So I'm just going to sit back and wait and see, what it was. I'm sorry, who it was. And he said it was multiple people. So I'm just going to sit back and wait to see if he's going to say it, if he's going to file a suit, because he did say that, he waited a long time to say these things because he was setting himself up, like his money wise. So he might not be going the money route. He might be very in his feelings about the anguish that happened to him. He's very sad. He's very depressed, and he just want to put it out there. But he probably want to set himself up financially to get it out there. I don't know. The only thing I have to say last is that I wish him the best. I am a victim of I don't know if I could say the word of
just
the M word.
R.
Okay, not R, but M.
M word. Okay.
To my own family member, and I have very much anger and depression about it. And it affects me. So I'm just praying for him, to what he's dealing with, because I understand, because when I went and I told, someone, I was dismissed, so I understand it. So I'm just praying for him and for the healing. And he is saying this because of what he's going through. It is eating him on the inside. And that's why I'm thinking that he was really in his feelings inside his house, and the thoughts just coming in, because sometimes it comes in waves. And then sometimes I don't bathe, sometimes I don't eat, sometimes I don't sleep, because it comes at you and it just comes out of nowhere. Something triggers you. And maybe that's why he didn't go to the lawyers, because he was in his feelings, and he just came out to talk about it because the thing is eating him up. So I'm just praying for his healing. And that's all I wanted to say. You have a great night.
I want to say to you in the chat, people are saying you don't know why he's doing this. They're literally trying to drag you in the chat. Caller, did you?
No, it's okay. I mean, people have their opinion. That's why I said, in my opinion, I don't. People's gonna disagree. I mean, so what? I mean, you ask for people to call in and say how they feel and what their opinions are. I'm just speaking on my opinion and how I feel because I am a victim of M from a female cousin of mine. You understand? I'm just speaking on sometimes I be here in my house and the thoughts of what happens, it comes over me and I get angry and I get depressed and whatever. So I could be wrong. I don't know. That's why I said it in my opinion. You understand? So let them drag me. It's okay. It's a free country. Everybody gonna have their opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever. It is what it is at the end of the day, okay?
Because Amanda in the chat said you were a victim, pressuring a victim is sensitive.
No, I wasn't pressure. I don't know how am I pressuring him. I'm just saying that I think he was in his feelings and he came out to just rant about what happened because people were saying, "Oh, why didn't he go to Cassie? Why didn't he go to the lawyers?" It's just me saying that, in my opinion. I didn't say that he should have did anything. I just said that it felt that is what happened, that he was in his feelings and he wanted to just talk about it, to just get it out there because it's eating him up on the inside. I didn't say anybody should or would have did anything. I just felt like that's probably what happened. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, because they just was trying to drag you, caller, but you kept it real.
It's okay.
One thing I love about you, through all of them trying to drag you, you still got edges and they don't.
Yeah, you should see. I'm gonna send you a picture of how my natural hair. See, I don't wear hair hats. See, I don't wear Brazilian woman hair. Let's talk about that. I have my own hair, and it's down to my butt, okay? And it's all natural. See, I don't go to white women and wear white woman's hair. No, I don't. I have my own hair. Ooh.
Will you be showing that here in Vegas?
Of course. Only on you, though. And I see that's probably why they're mad. But it's okay. I'm going to send you a photo of me, and you can see my long locks down to my butt. And that's why they're mad. I don't wear hair hats. I'm not a hair-hatted hooligan. I don't wear Brazilian woman hair or Russian woman's hair or them Asian woman's hair. I have my own hair. Ooh, is that why they're mad?
Oh, ma'am, you just said you have your own hair.
My own locks, and it's so long down to my butt, and it's mine. See, I don't go to the store and buy the yucky Brazilian woman's hair. No, I wear my own natural hair.
Well,
yes.
I would love, because I am a natural man myself.
Yeah,
I'm a natural man. I would love to see you in your natural element in Vegas.
Of course. Absolutely. Yes. And that's why they're mad. Yeah. And they can stay mad.
Yeah, they're mad. But we're gonna laugh at them at Vegas.
Okay. Yes. Ooh, thank you very much. Wow, you have a great night.
You have a wonderful night. I'm looking forward to that picture. And thank you.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye. You guys, I can't show myself on camera at this very moment because not at this very moment. I am working on a project at this very moment. Can't show myself on camera. Hello, you live on air.
Hi, it's Jordan.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Can you speak up in the phone,
yes,
please?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hello? Hi. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and I guess say how
I can't hear you, ma'am. Like you got your hand over your mic. Yes, I can hear you now because I want to make sure. Are you safe? Okay, it sounded like you was in a hidden room, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
To like, ricochet, like, get the ball rolling. But I think he was doing it, because like he said, he had a lot of deals that were coming, but they wanted to side a penis. So I think he was just saying it to get whoever's on his back off of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it was Tyler Perry?
The way he was saying it, and he was like, "We are gonna know his voice. He has a very distinct voice." Like, yeah, I think it was who, and with his whole, he worked with, he like owns the Kings and the Queens. He wrote that or whatever, and he did work with Tyler Perry back in 08, back in 05 or something. They were saying, so yeah, like all the arrows are pointing to it. I think.
I want to make sure that for you,
Allegedly.
you said all the arrows is pointing to him.
Or pointing to, when I say pointing to him, I feel like the way he worded it, because it was all innuendos. He kept saying he got videos, and when we hear how distinct his voice is, and da-da-da-da-da, and he was, the way he was saying it, like, this is a lot of people's idols, and if we're thinking the last 10 years, what, like, black man has, like, shook the room like that in production like that? He has the biggest set in Atlanta,
Do you feel, honestly, do you feel that Christian Keys is a victim or a participant, but now on the screen victim?
It's like, I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like that with everybody. Like even Cassie, like, she was a victim, yes, but the money ran out. Her man's just a personal trainer. Like, I feel like people do things when it's beneficial. People do look out for the timing and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm torn. I feel like he was violated, yes. But the way he's saying it, I feel like, some people be going for it until the money run out. And I feel like maybe the money ran out, or like the dude is on his back Tyler's on his back too much. And he's telling him, pipe down a little bit. Like, he has to remind him, hey.
Yeah, I want to say honestly, because I am a person that put an address on it. You can know my beefs, right? I go very direct to the Tasha case, to Armand Wiggins, to the pedo Larry Reed. Do you feel that Christian Keys should put an address on it?
Yeah, because the way he was saying it was giving messy a little bit. I feel like if it was like a woman, we would be like, if it was Megan Thee Stallion, we would be dragging her.
Right. I'm just glad, because for me, this happened right after Tyler Perry documentary, and no address on it. I just feel like tomorrow I'm going to reach out to Christian Keys and ask him very direct, publicly, who is the guy. And it's Sunday. That should be the day you tell the truth, because the Bible said the truth shall make you free. So, and some say it say set you free, but it depends on the translation. So my thing is okay, when you tell the truth, okay, put an address on that truth.
Yeah. Don't be being like messy and like he's very much doing it for like gain or something. I see both sides. I see it.
They said all men and various other production continue working during the strike. Yeah, they continue to work, especially on Tyler Perry Studios. A lot of the people start still.
Right. Tyler Perry probably fronted that. Like, he was probably his little sugar daddy, the way they saying that other white dude is Diddy's sugar daddy, not Clive Davis, but the other one. I feel like they all have a beneficiary or a benefactor or whatever.
I want to know, honestly, do you think Christian Keys' career is over if it goes Tyler Perry? Do you think it will hurt his career or help it?
If he would have just, I'm gonna keep it so real. If he would have just did how everybody else does, put those little put the little blank page and type on Instagram. You know, if he just would have typed it, I don't think it would have. But because he was kind of acting a little, you know, rah-rah with it, or a little, like, ooh, my brother and them is trying to keep me under, is trying to call and everybody's trying to have me not say nothing, but I want to do it. I got videos. I got this. And it's like, if you got the videos and you got that, you should just prove it. But I feel like he didn't do it because he knows he won't have no career after it. That's why I'm saying I feel like he's only drawing up this little bit of attention to get whoever it is shook. Tyler, look, allegedly, I don't know, to get Tyler and them shook a little bit, you know?
All right. Do you think the Black community is going to cancel Tyler Perry?
No, they didn't even cancel R. Kelly for real. No, we're not. We're not. Especially them Chicago people. No, they didn't care.
Because my mother, I said, do you? She said, no, they trying to take that black man down. She did not believe it. So that's Tyler Perry sweet spot, the 45, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. Mm-hmm. That's his bread and butter, that demographic.
Let him be super God. Most of his fans are God-fearing people. He knows. That's what I'm saying. Tyler Perry knew who to get, who to manipulate, what demographic to attract, you know? Like, he got them on lock. He got all the aunties on lock.
So you had a good point.
Right. Like, that's, yeah, he got them. He got, everybody knows it. Same with Chris Brown. I always feel like Chris Brown should be canceled for all the stuff he done did, but his, like, their demographic is so loyal. Like, the aunties, they're gonna ride for you.
They said Miss Rose, she is on Tyler Perry. She used to work as an extra on Tyler Perry's set. She said Tyler Perry know what he's doing. Take notes. That's a huge. She have worked. She's an extra on there. She have worked to be an employee at Tyler Perry Studios, and she's in the chat. And it's an honor to have her in the chat, you guys, because I also want to thank the janitors, the light people that dust the light bulbs. I do want to thank them too, because they help the set move smoothly, because don't nobody want to work on a filthy, nasty set, and she helped keep it clean. But go ahead, call her.
That's amazing. Look, shout out to her. Appreciate her in the chat. Give us I don't want to say good exclusive, because this stuff is not like good tea or something to keep key at, because this affects people. No, it's not. But that's good. You have like a more intel, or like somebody who really sees what we're thinking, because we're not there. So it's nice to have that type of source or somebody to let you know. But that stuff is crazy. I'll tell you what I saw, but it has to do with Diddy.
Oh.
But it was weird. Yeah, okay, so I was living in Vegas, and I guess I had a little sugar daddy or whatever, and he was in the music industry, and he had an accent, like, forget it. I don't want to be talking too much about him, but he was connected to like the mob or like the up north dudes. He was very much forget about it. Used to work with old white boy bands and stuff back in the 90s and stuff. Like, he solidified in his own thing, but him and a rapper are like, yeah, him and a rapper that there's pictures of with P. Diddy, like, dry thrusting him, whatever. They was fighting and arguing over, like, bidding over the same, like, skyrise apartment on the strip or something. And the rapper ended up getting it. So we were walking through the hallway or something, and they knew each other. Everybody in the music industry, even though, like, I would have never thought they would know each other, they knew each other. And they got in a little argument in the lobby, and my sugar daddy said to him, yeah, that's how we all know you're gay and like sucking P. Diddy's dick. He said that to the rapper in front of me. Like, they had a little like talk. Like, it was, I was like, ooh, and this was that, and like I'm trying to think if it was right before COVID or right after. It was around like 2019, 2020, like around there. Mm-hmm. So I just be like,
I thank you so much because in the chat they're loving you in the chat right now.
oh really? That's not, look. I don't ever call in. This is like my first ever.
Yeah, they are really loving you in the chat, and you must be from New York. Are you from New York?
No, I like New York though, but no, I'm not from New York. I got family up.
Okay.
I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta more, so I'll see. I know a
Thank
lot
you for
about
coming
that
on the
little.
show. You from Atlanta, and they really love you on the show. Like they're saying, you need to call it all the time, and that's dope.
Oh, that's nice. I don't ever be calling her the same, but I have something to say. I like this.
Yeah, because I don't know if you're coming to Vegas, but you know, because they said they would like to meet you in Vegas, but I don't know if you do Vegas. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
That's so funny. I just left Vegas because I was there for the SZA concert like 2 months ago.
Wow. So,
at the end of the
I hope you come back because you know they all in the chat showing love.
Of course. Well, you have my number now, so
yeah, we definitely have to connect. You know,
we'll have to connect. But it was nice talking, and I always do have some stuff to say about this type of stuff because it's like they say truth is stranger than fiction or whatever, and it's like, wow, everybody's coming out saying something about this man. Like it has to be true.
Well, I'm glad. Really, out of all the callers, you're like my favorite. So, because you just you gave me some tea about Diddy, some other people. Like you really did a lot. They said definitely. One lady said, Lala said, make sure she call in all the shows.
Thank you, Lala.
Yeah.
It was so nice. And you got a new subscriber because I just had refreshed and saw your live. I was like, ooh, she's talking about something. Let me see. And it was a good live. Like you're not like doing too much or like being mean or nothing like that.
No.
So that's nice too.
No, they're really doing a lot. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is how long you been a subscriber? This your first time, ma'am?
Yes, this is my first time seeing you. You popped up on look, you're in the algorithm. You popped up on my for you.
Oh my gosh, that is so wonderful. I am so glad the algorithm brought us together. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And it was nice talking. And look, now I'm scared. I shouldn't have said, look, I didn't want to say too much on the rapper, but he got a picture out with Diddy, so.
Yeah, and you can let me know the rapper name and everything.
Oh yeah, I'll let you. Yeah, that was stuff was crazy. I'll let you know who it was, cause he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing back to my sugar daddy either. Like that's how I knew my sugar daddy must have had a little more ranking or something, cause he just let him say it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so, ma'am, just. Thank you. Hopefully you and your husband can just come to Vegas. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We'll see. Look, we'll connect and have a great rest of the night. I'm going to keep watching the live.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Everybody's doing okay? Everybody's doing okay? Okay. This has been amazing. You all have been in the chat. You guys, I can't read the chat. I got a couple of the positive comments that you all have been sending me. So I really can't read the chat at this very moment. Only can read the positive comments. So I thank you all so very much for those that are commenting at this very moment. Thank you for y'all amazing comments. It just have been such an amazing time. So I do apologize. I can't really read the comments at this appropriate time. Yes, it was nice talking to you. Oh, welcome. Love you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you so very much. I love that. It's so good to have new subscribers and new people in the chat. It's just been amazing. Just amazing. Thank you, Paul, for popping that up. Thank you so very much. Hold on, guys. Paul is bringing up the comments in here. So give me a second. Paul is bringing up the comments. Thank you all. Okay. Thank you. Oh, that was so amazing. Okay, I do see a comment. Somebody said, smile, Brother Wiley. Joyce said, Brother Wiley is so funny. Oh, thank you. I'll see Queen Be More in here. Proud of me. I can see the comments. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very much. They said new sub finally came out the bush. I feel the love over here. Oh, love you. Thank you, Cancer 60. Oh my gosh. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. They're all saying hey to you, Paul. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I do want to just really thank the fans and the producers. Y'all have been such amazing today. And we reached $9.5 million. I mean, I'm sorry. Not $9.5 million. We reached 9.5 million views. Okay. That just slipped out of my tongue. But no, we reached 9.5 million views. We don't have $9.5 million. Not at all. We just reached 9.5 million views. Been such an honor, you guys. I do. Y'all bear with me. It's very past my bedtime, but Pretty did request that I do this live. He had requested me very heavy to do this live, and I sacrificed watching my Audible book and being in peace and quiet and sleeping right now. But because y'all wanted it live and because I love you all so much, I decided to do the live. So right now, thank you for watching now. This is a legendary life. Thank you so very much, Rose. Oh my gosh, thank you so very much, Rose. Thank you. All right, you guys. I wish you all could see me on camera, but I can't really be on camera at this appropriate time. Letting you all know I can't really be on camera at times. But I personally would like to say thank you for coming on. Wait a minute. We do have somebody sent me a Cash App, and we do want to thank you all. They said them edibles have Wiley. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Why do y'all have to do all this about edibles? How do we get that conversation? Yes. So hi. Well, personally, thank you all. My sugar daddy was a white older man from Boston. He used to produce for white boys from Jersey and stuff. I don't want to say too much because I don't need folks mad at me at allegedly. Thank you so very much for that smile, Jordan. Thank you. We're going to talk offline. My producers are going to reach out to you offline. Thank you so very much for that, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that. Yeah, I want you to email me that, or You can text me because you got my number. Text me right now, and we could definitely talk about that. All right. Okay, you guys, I'm about to eat some barbecue. Somebody ate my Bronsworth, and so I'm gonna eat barbecue. And then he made some ribs yesterday, so we're gonna eat some ribs and everything. The whole vibe is different. Is it different, Kimmy Pie? What do you mean the vibe? What do you mean the vibe? What? What do you mean the vibe? What? Oh. Okay. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. I really, really, really don't know what you mean by that. Okay. What? You said Wiley is what? Come on now. Hey, y'all is something else saying that I am y'all something else. Y'all are really something else. Did I have an edible? What do you mean, edible? You said, did I eat today? Oh, Mayberry, you came from the B sector. What are you doing? No, they say I'm talking slowly. What? What do you mean by I'm talking slowly? I'm talking. I never thought that we put a speed thermometer on how you talk. I don't. Dang. Got waste all up on the floor right there. I gotta vacuum this floor. I wasted all on the floor. This is crazy. I haven't wasted that all on the floor. All right, y'all. Anybody else want to call in? Anybody else want to call in? Because y'all talking about is I'm this or I'm that. I mean, what do you mean? You keep saying I'm talking slow. I'm talking the regular speed. I'm about to eat some barbecue. He barbecued last night. No. I'm not stuck. Stuck. Who is stuck? What are y'all talking about? That's crazy. I can't even have a conversation. Y'all just be talking. And y'all is something else. I said, I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I'm going to go live on station here, probably. I'm going to go on station here and talk. I don't know. Yeah, well, We thank you all so very much. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, when it get really hard, always, always remember to put God first. All right. Yes, always remember. That's what. Um, um, to put him first. We're gonna ask for our donations to keep the show going and for the future, for the budget of 2024. Let's take Mr. Christian Keys down. We thank everybody for your amazing support. Cash out $ Marquise Wiley 28 Zelle Wiley Show at gmail.com. We personally want to thank all the viewers, the moderators, the members all over the country. Thank you for your all amazing support, and love you. Later, Wiley in chat, I am rolling. Good show. I love that. Thank you, brother. Them eyes low. Who eyes are low? What? You talking about mine? No, my eyes are not low. It's cocked. It's not low. Eyes are not low. Come on now. These people just talking. Yeah, they just be just talking. Some of my eyes are low. What? What do you even mean by that? That's crazy. Anyway, make sure y'all hit the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Like the video. Share the video. Why would I say hit the video? Make sure you like the video and hit that like button. Thank you. And thank you all for your amazing support. And you can catch Wiley on Filter on Station here whenever we go live. It will not be a morning show tomorrow. It will not be a morning show Monday. We will resume. Oh, okay. Today's Sunday. Whew. I forgot I got 2 homework assignments to do. But yes, thank you all. This is how often do you go live every day? So we'll be going live tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Monday, 10:30 p.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, we'll be back to our regular programming. Wednesday, regular programming. We will be in Vegas on April 26th through the 28th with Couture Bay, the beautiful Couture Bay. Ain't she beautiful? And the Bay Squad. We'll be in Vegas April 26th, you guys, through April 28th. And we want you all to do that. The morning show, it will start full time in January, but we will have morning shows this week. Definitely gonna do some morning shows this week, because I already invited some of my coworkers to watch some of my morning shows. My coworkers, so They already want to tune into my podcast. All right. So, but January, like 2024, that's the schedule. What I'm really sure. All right. Little black boy, you beautiful. I gotta say that again. Little black boy, you are. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. To put him first. Thank you all so very much. And I will see you all in the next video. Love you all. Go to my Instagram. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really good. You made me laugh. And I was serious when I was like, this man made me laugh so hard I blew a snot bubble.
Well, you was really laughing.
Yeah, I was laughing, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I'm glad you're feeling good, and I love the show, how you are growing. It's so nice.
I love
you should remember me from way back, like 2018 or somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
You might. I've changed my picture a few times, but it's still me. You know.
I love it. You could change the
No,
picture,
you don't.
but you can't change you.
You made fun of my picture last time. You remember?
Yeah. Well, I was immature back in the day.
That was just 2 weeks ago, man. For your birthday, you like. I even took you did like the pose you thought I was doing. You did it, and I was like, man, this dude is hilarious. I was just, I was like, okay, I may change my picture after all this time. Put a new one up.
And did I like pin your comment or something?
I think you did.
Oh.
Yeah, you did. And you were laughing at me, but it's okay. It's still it's okay to laugh at my picture. I don't care. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. I've been following you since you were sitting in that one chair in that one room.
You have, and it's amazing. And now we're going to be in Vegas, so hopefully you come to Vegas.
Now, Wally, the last time I wanted to come, but it's like when I was pressing the link, it was taking me to like a page that didn't. I don't know what was going on.
Right, I don't know what was going on at that point, but me and Couture Bay, we're gonna be at the Palace Station. I'm excited to meet Couture Bay #1. She's a beautiful chocolate woman, and I'm a beautiful chocolate man. I believe chocolate people should stick beside each other.
Absolutely.
Anyway, but we'll be in Vegas next year. Hopefully you come through too. I don't know if your boyfriend will allow you April 26th to the 28th. You think your boyfriend?
I'm pretty single, and I will come. I just don't want to come alone.
Well, you won't be alone. You in Vegas.
Yeah. I just, we'll see.
You won't be alone.
I definitely
won't be
will
alone
come.
Either. When Stella got her groove back, she came with a friend, but her friend left and she went back to the Bahamas.
Yeah, well, I'll come. I just need some more, a Palace Station. I like Palace Station. I like several hotels in Vegas. Yeah. And if that's where you are, I do.
That's why I will be in the lobby. And I want to be able to walk in that lobby and see you.
Absolutely. You know who I am.
I would love to see you in person. Just hearing that voice, just like, you know who I am. You made fun of my picture. Don't I look like a 10? Because I'm assuming you are a 10, correct?
Yep.
I'm assuming you're not obese.
You know I'm not. What are you talking about?
Okay.
We already had this conversation.
I understand. I just want to make sure you didn't eat. Because you can eat a whole lot in 2 weeks.
I'm only 150 pounds, if that.
And
About
you're single,
150.
correct?
I am single and I'm 5'6".
Okay. You never met a 6'2" man. You never met me in person, correct?
I never met you in person, but I've met. I'm not a.
And you
I've
do
had
and
my.
you do give me permission to give you a hug in the lobby, correct?
I will identify you. I'll know you before you know me, probably.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
just want the
famous.
record show she did approve me to give her a hug in the lobby. I just want to make sure.
I didn't say you could grope me. I said
No,
a hug.
I didn't say
Come on.
anything about. I didn't say anything about grope. I said a hug. Okay. Yeah, I would love.
Do you smell good, Wiley? Do you smell good?
Well, you will see in person.
I love men who smell good. If you're gonna be tall, you have to smell good too.
Okay. We would definitely for you smell good.
What's your budget for smelling good? Like, do you do Axe or do you do like Aqua Dissolve, or is it more higher? My scents are not on a lower standard. So I'm just like,
okay, it ain't like I'm gonna be bathing in high class, expensive oils. The best you gonna get me, man. I'm not even gonna sit here. The best you gonna get is some Irish Spring, some good deodorant, and a couple of tooth sprays and some cologne. That's about it.
Okay, well, you more of a Axe type of man, like an
whatever you want,
AXE.
and it won't be.
No,
It
'cause
won't
I
be. It
smell
won't
that.
be. It won't be no onion type of man.
Oh, absolutely. And guess what, Wiley? I'm gonna tell you this. I've smelled Axe on quite a few men, especially like white men and stuff, or other national. They wear that stuff, and it smells good on them. It's like their hair smell clean and everything. And I was like, okay, that works for them. Black men like to hit up the, black men do it kind of a little different. But, like I said, Aqua de Joe, they do that, if old school men do that, still doing Lagerfeld. Well, I'm just saying. But guess what I like? I like light blue. I may get you some cologne, Wiley, next year.
You know what?
For your birthday.
Bringing you will be the greatest fragrance I will ever have in my life.
Go ahead, get your flirt on, babe. I ain't mad at you.
I'm not getting her a flirt on. I'm just saying that's the greatest fragrance is your presence.
And I thank you.
Yeah.
And your presence is the gift.
I love that. It's such a large gift,
Well, okay. Well, you gotta just show. You can always prove it to me. I mean, if you wanted me.
You always can prove a large gift because you can't help but notice the gift.
What the hell are we talking about here? Oh man, Wiley, come on! They said you were taking you were eating an edible, and I said, like, I can't eat edibles. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't smoke.
I don't eat edibles at all.
I got just a natural high or a natural low.
I do. I have a natural high.
No, Wiley, I've seen you in action since 2018. So you can't tell me that. You can tell a new follower that, but you can't tell me that.
So you're saying that, okay. Touche. You've been knowing me since 2018.
Well, only thing you got to do is check your records. Don't you see my name? You see who I am?
Yeah, I see it. You're so beautiful.
Well, thank you very much. I follow you on Facebook too. You can look at me on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a
You.
private person, but yeah.
But thank
I'll
you for
get back
following me on
down.
Facebook, because a lot of people don't know I am actively on Facebook. But go ahead.
Oh, I just said, I don't want to hog up the phone line.
You ain't,
I just want to.
you ain't hogging up nothing. Your presence is. I can't tell time when you're on the line, though, honestly.
Yeah, Wiley, you'll be done gas me up like you did that other woman. Like, this chat really so loves you.
What?
Clap, clap, clap.
What do you mean? The chat did love her, right, Paul? Paul is telling me right here the chat did love her. But go ahead.
No, Wiley.
So you're saying that the chat did love that caller?
I did. I said nothing. I just laughed because what you were seeing may have been different than what I was seeing. Okay, I didn't say they hated her. They didn't throw tomatoes, but I didn't see all the love that you said was there. I didn't see it. But it's fine. She seemed like a nice girl with her sugar daddies. What was it, sugar babies? What'd she say?
It was
she had sugar babies out there.
It was a sugar daddy. But thank you.
Oh, sugar daddies.
Sugar daddy.
She had sugar daddies, and she had sugar daddies with her sugar babies. Okay, I got it. She had sugar babies by her sugar daddy. So they all the same type of candy,
Thank you. Thank you, man, for coming on the show, man. Thank you. Thank you so very much, man.
Okay, stop calling me ma'am, Wiley. I don't like that.
What do you like?
You could call me Marty.
I call you Marty?
Yeah, Marty.
Marty. That texture of that name is just Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. You can call me Marty. All right?
You have a sweet dream.
Yeah. I'm going to drop back down to your chat so I can see what they're saying about me. Okay?
Thank you.
And let somebody else call me. Love you, Wiley.
I love you.
See you next time.
Next time will be Vegas in the lobby, but thank you.
Okay. I'll see you before then.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'll see you online. I watch you all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just amazing.
So when I see you in person,
the warmth and the vibration of your spirit. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm good.
Me too.
All good.
Listening to you just got my cells jumping for joy.
Yeah, I bet it does. What else is jumping? What else is jumping?
Excitement. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We don't want you to sing. Thank you so very much, man, for coming on.
Okay, Paul. I'll see you guys later down in the chat. Okay?
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'm trying to leave and get off the live, but y'all still calling in. I am so shocked that we had 300 people in the middle of the night. Wow. $300 people. Wow. Thank y'all. Christian Keys. Thank you. Tyler Perry. Thank you. I'm about to go burn the midnight oil. And Pretty said we was waiting on you to go live. Love you, Pretty. I actually think about Pretty when I'm in the gym because he said you don't have to take the Laxapan shot. You can actually lose the weight naturally. I think about Pretty a lot. Hey, I'm ending the show. How are you? Yeah, I'm ending the show. Love you so much. Because I've been on here for 3 hours. I love you. Okay. Love you. Okay, I had to tell her to call it I love them because they get on here. Yeah, definitely got to burn the midnight oil, and definitely got to burn the midnight oil. So, yeah. All right. I have some on my mind, but due to the fact that we talk about Tyler Perry and Christian Keys, I'm going to close this show. Thank you so very much. I want y'all to go home and hug yourself so tight. Thank you all for the love and for the support. Love you all for your amazing support. God bless you. Thank you. This has been such amazing. Love you. Thank you. Love you all. Talk to you soon.